Damn. How exciting is it right now to be a 49er fan? Oh, I want to give a shout out to our. Do we have any visitors today from Los Angeles? Los Angeles. Oh, that city of angels. Having the worst record of a Super Bowl winner the following year. See, Rams, that's why all offseason long last year, I said, people, Ronbo, why don't you block these people? No. Keep them right there. They have up to 2 to 3 weeks into the regular season before they'll be leaving in droves. Except for, of course, Marketing Pro, who kills me. And then Rudy makes appearances on occasion. Ready to go, though. Ready? You ready? You ready? You know you're welcome in here, I got to take shots. I got to take shots at the Rams, Hawks, we're always going to be beaten. It's just fun to be red and gold. Okay, enough foolishness, right? I could go on like this for hours. Intermission! Here, fam, the question is number 13 real? Is he for real? Now, we're hearing some things applied to his name, and I'm in support of it. The boy has got my vote. I mean, the boy is, But the term legendary, we're talking about the Niners now, started QB Brock Purdy. It may be getting a little carried away. After all, fam, what looks like a Hollywood movie is only the opening scenes beyond Purdy's draft night, which is why this story even qualifies for a full-length feature drama. But, why calm down? Because if it was early in the year or something like that, it'd be one thing. But they were in the throes of the playoffs. People like, you go all over the dailies, the websites. You're seeing people say things like, yes, the 49ers can win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, and they most likely will. Man, they're saying... And let's talk about a few other things to actually make that really seem like a real reality, and not even besides Brock Purdy, the fact that the Niners are in pretty position right now to steamroll the playoffs if they just do, and we all both know, and we know, the Kyle Shanahan is already good at preparing his team for playoff football. It's just at the end we've fallen short a couple of times, but they get there anyway. Let's say it's crazy exciting at the moment. All this is just, the playoffs could also be dramatically affected if indeed, Philly, we feel your pain. Jalen Hurts, is he really injured? Whoa, wow. That changes the complexion of everything. Tonight we'll go to the phones for your thoughts on the star-like rise of Brock Purdy. Is this middle initial E? Did I put that in there? That's like when people call Jesus A. Christ, and nobody knows yet what that A stands for. So Brock Purdy. Also, even though it doesn't matter what seed the 49ers get, we'll talk about that anyway in regards to the playoffs. We might as well start talking about the playoffs now. We're in. Fam, you're in. If there was ever any doubt about that, it ended with that Hawks beatdown. Did I say that Hawks beatdown? I did. Let me say it again. With that Hawks beatdown. I'm having so much fun. You got to take advantage of these moments because in the years to come, we could be like, oh, man, here they look at that, man. I got 5 49er fans and the rest of them is Raiders, Rams. Niner fans, where my peeps at, man? Come on. Oh, you see, we went through that already, Now, here's the thing. Coach Shanahan spoke with reporters today as the good guys in red and gold prepare for the Week 16 matchup against the Commanders. I almost called them the Commodores. Let's go back over a couple of things he said today. The most important thing, of course, is that injury report, which we all brace ourselves for after every game, after every practice. Who got hurt? Now! Coach opened up by saying, quote, injuries for today. Guys who won't practice, Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel, Kevin Gibbons, Kerry Hyder Jr., Ambry Thomas, not sure yet if he'll be limited or not in practice. Guys who are limited, Tavarius Moore, Javarius Ward, Christian McCaffrey, Eric Armstead, Brock Purdy, and that's it. Go ahead. Kyle, he's just all he's all Kyle's the most animated guy in the world when he's doing those things, you know? Well, the question came, what is Travarius Ward's injury? Coach reporting, quote, he's in protocol. And is height of the ankle? Yeah, height is the same thing. Here's a question that we really want to know about, though. I mean, maybe you do. You probably should. Did you guys open? The question was, did you guys open the window for Javon Kinlaw? Shannon's your sponsor, right? Oh, one, yes. He was out of walkthrough today. Oh no, he was out of walkthrough today. Was the question? Yeah, he will be. And somebody says, "Kyle, do you really feel like doing this? Because if we're bothering you, that's okay." Well, no, it's okay. Yeah, he will be. Is the hope to get him playing right away, or are you going to try to use a little bit more of that window? No, as soon as he looks good and he's ready to go, we'll play him. Oh, okay. What's McCaffrey? Same thing. He's had knee. You know, kind of, if he was smart, he knows these questions coming because he answers them in such a fashion. He should just have a recording and play it back here, guys, because I know what your first 4 questions are going to be. Let's listen. Click. You know what he's been through, though? We should actually be sympathetic toward Kyle Shanahan to some degree. I mean, the guy has been to hell and back since he signed. Actually, after he left that last year in Atlanta, the Super Bowl, Kyle's life has been just awful at too many times. So that's why when we get mad at him about certain things and judgments and decisions he makes out on the field, we should probably take a step back on that. I'm not going to do it anymore because I mean, you don't want to feel sorry for the man. Gets paid millions. That's why he gets paid the big bucks because he is who he is, and he should expect it. We should not be sympathetic toward a man who is in that position because he wants to be, worked hard to get there. So now that he's there, applaud him, and you know you can. You're going to continue to criticize me, but Tony in Australia said, Ronbo, that guy is just really, Tony, I know you, man. And yeah, you're right some of the time. Well, most of the time, Tony, I always agree with you for the most part. But anyway, fam, the Smoking Hot Niners are the winners of 7 consecutive games, winning the last 3. That rookie that everybody is always talking about, and that is that QB that you will now struggle to find a number 13 jersey, both in outlets and online. You can't find a number 13. Watch people start pirating that jersey. Brock. When they call Purdy. That sounds better in the stands anyway. Here's Brock Purdy running Shanahan's offense. The Niners have overcome some key injuries like the season-ending losses. 2 quarterbacks, T. Lance and Jimmy G, and the temporary loss of wide receiver Deebo Samuel. Yet still, that engine keeps right on rolling, man. Brock up there in the engineering seat. Toot, toot. But thanks also, and it can't be said enough. You can give Brock Purdy all the love you want, but the legendary Golden Boy, up to this hour, thanks to the league's top-ranked defense. And did you know the 49ers offense just moved into the top category, too? That spells the Super Bowl all over it, don't it? Because I've always said, when people are always crying about our offense, not scoring enough points and this and that, we average 28 points a game right now, by the way. But here's the thing. And I've said it, and it's going to be the case this year, and it's going to be the case always. It is the defense. When it gets down to the last few teams, hell, everybody's got a decent offense. Everybody's got a defense. That's the only reason why they're there. But who has the best defense? That's most likely going to be your winner. That's been the case just about every time. And things as I say, thanks to the top-ranked defense and some playmaking assets on offense like running back Christian McCaffrey, of whom has been huge. Huge for the Niners. Good God, he's made a big difference. Now, this is why Jimmy G looked like he did before he left. And I don't care what you say, Jimmy G was kicking some serious ass before he went down. And then now you got Brock Purdy. The thing is Christian McCaffrey. Whenever a quarterback has run out of options downfield, everything's covered, coming in on you really fast, Christian McCaffrey, who knows how to play, he actually knows how to play quarterback from what I understand. He knows how to play quarterback. He knows when he sees what's going on with the quarterback, he knows just what to do, and he does it right away. The quarterback sees it, he feeds on it, and we got a game. I told you in the draft that year, Christian McCaffrey. I knew what I was talking about. I'm delighted that he's here. Last week's win clinched the NFC West crown for the 49ers for only the second time in Santa had 6 seasons with the 49ers after Washington loses to New York Sunday night. The Niners will travel to Vegas to face Vegas and then host the Cardinals to close out the regular season. Raiders. 1, 2, we're coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. What is the media thinking about the Niners as Coach Shanahan and his team head into the final stretch of the regular season? Let's talk about it just a few, because I know I get carried away because I'm pumped up. I can't calm down. I just want to talk about a few talking heads, a sample of some of the more prominent power rankings around the web and where San Francisco currently stands within each starting with the biggest, highest rankings. Here, NFL.com, where the haters used to just work the 49ers. Previous rank 2, Brock Purdy has been tested twice, and the rookie has aced both exams with flying colors. It's a best-case scenario for the 49ers, who initially profiled as would-be Super Bowl contenders, ruined by bad injury luck after Jimmy Garoppolo was lost to a broken foot in Week 13. Instead, Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant himself, kept that offense efficient and productive while the defense continues to squeeze the life out of its opponents like a giant squid. Geno Smith and the Seahawks found that out the hard way on Thursday as the Seattle quarterback was sacked 3 times and hounded relentlessly by a savage. I love that. Oh, I love that. That is a verb. No, it's an adjective. It's a noun. Where am I on this? San Francisco pass rush winners of 7 straight. The Niners are NFC West champs for the first time since 2019. Dan Hansis, Sports Illustrated, current ranking 3, previous ranking 2. 49ers looked as impenetrable as ever in somewhat narrow win over the Seahawks when they absolutely had to manufacture yardage on the ground to ice the game. They did. By the way, this team has not lost a game since before Halloween. Are we going to get an ugly Brock Purdy start out of the way before the playoffs? Does an ugly Brock Purdy start even exist in this offense? Connor Orr. Stop hating. Pro Football Talk current ranking 4, previous ranking 5. All right. And guess who? My God, their golden helmets looked extra shiny last Thursday night. They may be shining a silver trophy on a Sunday night on February. Guess who? Mike friggin' Florio. What? You know what, though, with Florio, all you had to do is get Garoppolo out of the equation. He'll be on the wagon then. Boy, nobody hates Garoppolo like Mike Florio. Ooh, he hates him bad. Grant Cohn, maybe him and Grant neck and neck, but Florio really deplores him. USA Today, current ranking 4, previous ranking 6. Whoa! During the course of the league, best 7 winning streaks, NFC West titleists have allowed an average of 11 points. As great as rookie Brock Purdy has been, Brock Lesnar could play quarterback here, and this group would still roll. Nate Davis, Nate, stop hating, Nate. I understand what you're saying, but you ain't got to come after a boy like that. Come on. Yahoo Sports, current ranking 4, previous rank 5. The Niners have the division clinched, and now they're in a weird place. They have almost no chance to get the number 1 seed. I got to go along with that. What are the chances of the Eagles losing out? That's what it would take, and us winning out. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Just improving the seed might not even be a good news. You're probably trying to avoid the Lions. See, a lot of people, I'm telling you right now, stay the hell up out the street if the Lions are coming down the street right now. Just if they make it and the number 2 seed could end up meeting number 7, Detroit. Go get them. That doesn't help us, City. Fam, right now, if I was still betting and it's Vikings versus Lions, I'm taking Lions all day, especially points. But I'm taking Lions. The Lions will beat hell out of the Vikings. Let's leave that 2 to them. Because I'll say they'll want to stay sharp, but the next important game the Niners will play at home in the playoffs. The game for the 49ers play will probably be at home in the playoffs. Frank Schwab, I'm feeling you seriously. The Athletic, current ranking 5, previous ranking 5. The legend of Brock Purdy continues to grow. As a 7th-round rookie, threw for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns in the 49ers Thursday night win over the Hawks. That clinched the NFC West title. With what looks like a manageable end-of-season slate, it seems reasonable to believe Purdy could be a 5-0 starter, entering the playoffs as a Niners chase the number 2 seed or even the number 1 seed if Philly falls apart. Still, their number 1 ranked defense by DVOA is likely to determine their playoff fate. Bo Wolf! One more. Bleacher Report. Current ranking 5. Previous ranking 6. That the San Francisco 49ers have kept on winning with Brock Purdy. Under center is impressive. Enough in itself. But it's doubly so when you consider that Purdy is a 7th-round rookie. In fact, he was Mr. Irrelevant. The final pick in 2022 draft. Purdy now has 3 weeks to ready himself for the playoffs. And if he fares well, this could be a very interesting offseason in San Francisco. NFL staff. Ooh, the drama's building. You get ticket. Fan the playoffs picture real quick. How much impact will the Eagles' Jalen Hurts shoulder injury affect the playoff picture? Remember, shoulder injury is no joke. Minshew will be taking the snaps. One report out there has a shoulder broken. But you know what we can probably believe is that it is definitely a sprain. The Eagles, fam, have been struggling even with a healthy Jalen of late. Now, I don't know what's going on with them. They can't stop the run, and everybody's figured that out. So when you come at the Eagles, run the ball. What does Kyle Shanahan love to do? He loves to run the ball. If I got Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, and the Eternal One, the Savior, the Golden Boy, if I've got McCaffrey, if I got all 3 of those guys in tow and healthy, Eagles in the NFC Championship game, GTFOH. The boys are playing the Eagles this week and are favored to win. Fam, if the Eagles drop back too far, then we could find ourselves playing the Cowboys as bad as most of us want to. It could definitely be an NFC Championship game with the Cowboys. NFC playoff picture right now: Eagles 13-1, Middings 11-3, San Francisco 10-4, Tampa Bay 6-8, and could sneak into the playoffs as well. Dallas Cowboys 10-4, New York Giants 8-5-1, Commanders 7-6-1, Seahawks 7-7. The Seahawks are doomed. The Lions will snatch up that spot. They will be at number 8. They could be at number 7. Okay. I'm not afraid of the Lions. I'm not just saying. I don't want that heat in the first round. I want us to get anybody but them. And then after that, because I know the 49ers can beat them, but I just don't want them first. I know, Ron, that smells like fear to me. No, I'm just saying. Big boy Luis McVay was chanting, "Run it back" at the parade. He was, wasn't he? Rudy and all of them was talking about, we got the same team next year. Stafford had the best offensive line in football last year. This year, in contrast, he's got the worst offensive line in football. Now he's laying up in a corner somewhere in pain. So that's what I'm talking about when I said offensive line makes all the difference in the world. You can have best quarterback of all time. If he ain't got no protection, he becomes quickly mediocre. Unless, let me see how you feel about Brock Purdy. Tell me, what seed do you predict? That's my dude. I need it. Chill, Phil. Phil, you have to cheer me up tonight. I'm on a high that won't come down. I'm on the top of the roller coaster. Oh, we just did that. Phil,
hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. Phil, get ready to prepare yourself, Phil, because you're going to have that barbecue in that parking lot. Could be 3 times. Oh! Go ahead, Phil.
Oh, I'm counting on it. That way I can sell my other ticket to a Cowboy fan, hopefully.
Double price.
And pay for my Super Bowl ticket.
We've got those people. They're out there, too.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I
Me and
remember
my
him, Phil.
buddy, we planned it. We each got 2 seats each. We sell our other seat. We pay for our Super Bowl ticket.
Brilliant
Oh.
move. Brilliant.
Anyway, Rombo, where do we start?
Start with Mrs. Purdy's child.
Oh, I think Brock Purdy, the one thing he's got, and the one I thought, what is he better at? Because the eye test tells me he's better than Jimmy.
He moves
He
out.
can run the offense.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the plays. He does everything.
Mm-hmm.
His arm strength is about the same as Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing he does have is that elusiveness in the
Mhm.
pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And he can escape, a pass rusher
Mm-hmm.
and make time. Like that throw he had, I think it was against Miami, where he play action pass, he rolled out to the right.
Mm-hmm.
The defensive end didn't buy it.
Who
The
did
play
he hit?
action.
Who did it?
He jumped
Oh,
kind of to
juice.
the inside and then to the outside, and he threw a sidearm pass to Debo
It was Debo.
in traffic, and it was for a first down. I mean, that's the kind of play Jimmy can't make.
Phil,
I love Jimmy.
to amplify on that, though, Phil, do you know that Michael Glinchey is now considered great
Yes,
at pass
I know.
protection? Because I
Yes.
think that may be the element right there. What
Since
you just
Brock
mentioned.
Purdy came in the game, Mike Glinchey hasn't given up a sack. And the
Pressures
offensive
are down, too.
The offensive line's rating
It's
has
went
moved up to number 5
Oh!
in the league.
Oh!
And they were way down. So it's that elusiveness. And I don't
Brunskill's
see that
number
with
1.
Trey Lance either. I don't see the elusiveness. I see the straight-on speed for Trey, kind of like Cap had.
Yeah.
But I don't see that pocket elusiveness like Mahomes has.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of darts in, and then he makes that throw.
Brock
Mahomes
has
has a much stronger arm, yes. But when you can buy some time and throw it to our receivers.
And you've got Christian McCaffrey
space.
that knows exactly what to do when that quarterback starts moving around.
And Kittle, they can make about 20 or 30 yards more. Where Mahomes has to throw it over the top because his wide receivers don't have the elusiveness. And Kelsey doesn't either. But our guys, they yak. And if you can elude a rush and buy some time and make a play, I think that's the difference that we have with Purdy. And that's the only thing I can finger.
Yeah.
So, I love our team right now. I love where we're at. I am, if I was, if there was stock in the 49ers, I'd buy it right now.
Oh, it'd be a great investment, because they're only going to get better. And as Brock gets more used to that offense, gets used to Brock even more so. Phil, they've only been ready for a little while. What are they going to look like in 2 weeks?
Well, I think, people don't understand Kinlaw. When he can play, he's a dominating force. The problem is his knee has kept him out of the games. But if he can play, holy Mac, with him at the nose and Armstead right next to him, look at what Armstead's done just in the last
since he came back. I know. He's made that defense invincible. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, Kinlaw will just bully the guy right up the middle and stop the run and force the quarterback to run right into Bosa. I mean, he's the one key piece. If we could have him play consistently for, 3 or 4 games, holy Mac, we're dominant.
Oh.
There's no stopping us on defense. This could be a defense right up there with the 85 Bears.
Oh,
or the Ravens.
the Midway Monsters of the
I mean,
Midway. Phil made that comparison.
At everywhere.
Oh.
I mean, and
don't
then
forget
all you
about
need
Khalil Davis.
Yeah.
is Brock Purdy to just orchestrate the offense. I mean, our offense has been, since he's been in there, pretty high ranked. So,
DVOA is right there with the defensive ranking.
Yep.
Whoa! We win.
I mean, Ronbo, this is, I'm thinking about going, getting my hotel tickets to Arizona right now.
Have a whole week vacation
Honestly.
out there, Although you can't.
And I
No,
tell
you
you what-
can actually, because there's a week between the last playoff game and the Super Bowl. It's right up. You could actually spend a week in warm Arizona. Just don't be out at night. It gets cold.
Well,
I
I've got a
understand.
friend who lives down there, and he also has season tickets with me, so I just stay at his house. But
Awesome.
we've been talking about it.
You
But,
need to make plans. We're not cocky. We're
But
confident.
anyway, Ronbo, I love our team right now. I think we're great. I think if Hurst is out for like 2 games, we've got a shot at number 1.
Can you imagine, Phil? We got to go.
I mean,
let's,
they play the Cowboys at Dallas, then they play the Saints at the Saints,
Yeah.
and the Saints are fighting for a playoff spot.
Really.
They could catch Tampa Bay. And
See,
then you
this-
go to New York. Then you got the Giants who are fighting for a playoff spot. So-
NFC South turning into
know,
the
it
NFC
could
East
happen.
of old. I know it, Phil. Phil, we got to go. It's late, and we're gonna have some more fun. We're gonna make let's
All right,
let's come on and talk to Saturday and predict what's gonna happen to the Washington Commanders.
Have a cheesecake, get a big smile. We're in good shape.
Yes, I'm feeling it.
All right, Ronbo.
All right,
All right,
Phil.
talk to you later.
I'm looking forward to it. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye, Phil. God. Don't you wish you could put your joy in a bottle, and or one of those jars and seal it up and then open it up whenever you need it? This is just that wonderful time. You got the holidays, you got the Niners, the weather's getting cold. I don't want snow, but I mean I like that festive time. Hey, B Ham.
Oh, boy, what it is, baby, boy.
You fam. Are you doing the Willie Nelson tonight? On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. You at home? You out there?
I'm out here, man. We head towards that way, though. You know what I'm saying?
B-Ham, I lost you. Get your volume back.
I said I'm heading in towards that direction, though.
All right. Well, B-Ham, I'm sitting here getting overjoyed, probably overreacting to 49ers' recent success. I know I didn't know what to think about Brock Purdy that first week. And the second week, I still was wondering, is he really doing this? After 3 weeks, you know what? I don't believe nobody can whoop us, B-Ham. I like him. And the playoffs. There's so many possibilities. Jalen Hurts got hurt. I don't want to wish that bad on the boy, but I'm still saying that's football, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. And if we win it this year, don't mind me saying, y'all would have dared that if Jalen Hurts wouldn't have got hurt. Oh, man, look at here. BM, let me stop. Go ahead.
Well, it's like this right here, Ronbo. They already saying that the reason we're winning with Brock Purdy is anybody can play quarterback in that system.
Microphone. I can hear you, but I want to hear more, louder.
I said that they say that anybody can win in our system. Can you hear me?
I heard it. Yeah, and I hear that too. I heard that too.
They're saying any quarterback can win in our system right now.
Yep.
So I'm guessing they forgot about Nick Mullins. I don't think Nick Mullins or C.J. Beathard can come in and quarterback right now. Hell, to be honest with you, I don't think Josh Johnson, if Brock Purdy is not a go, I don't think Josh Johnson is a lot. You feel me?
Yeah, dude.
So, for that narrative, for that narrative that all these analysts is coming up with, that is everybody else other than, what I'm saying,
then Brock
quarterbacks we have.
or Jimmy. Listen,
Yeah, man.
and B-Ham,
I
that's
think
because they lost
controversial.
face. And you're right, and because they lost face, they're losing face from what they said earlier in the season. Anybody that watches that knows you need to know what you're doing operating in Kyle Shanahan's offense. It's complex. It has various nuances that take time to master. So any idiot, and especially some of these analysts have been watching football for a long time. Oh, I can come in and quarterback. Oh, you go ahead. And let's see how long you last. I'm telling you, it's a joke. But go ahead.
Yeah, like teams, I don't care how bad you are. A blitz is a blitz.
Thank you.
You feel me?
Yes.
And for him to be as poised as he is, to make throws that he makes, you know what I'm saying, under the blitz, he got my attention. He using a pump fake, you know what I'm saying? He doing pretty good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when we get into those playoffs, though, everybody in there is considered to be good, probably with the exception of the Bucks.
Yeah.
That's
Tom Brady's team.
Whoever wins the NFC South. I'm going to say whoever wins the South. Let me say it like that.
Yeah.
You know, whoever wins the NFC South, I don't think nobody will be worried about. But right now, you know, I think he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good, and I think, you know, it is more game film out on him. So I guess we got 3 weeks for somebody to figure out what can they do to expose him. If not, we're going into the playoffs with the mindset thinking that, you know, this guy is going to be what we need, you know. So I don't know when the bad game is going to come. I just hope that it doesn't come in the playoffs, you feel me?
Or the Raiders, because I have a personal problem with that. But, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Ronbo, if we win out, we'll be on a 10-game winning streak going into the playoffs.
And that's
damn good.
Yeah.
That is damn good considering we was 3 and 4 and everybody started writing us off. You know what I'm saying?
Like they did the year before. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or last year.
If we can go into the playoffs on a 10-game winning streak, my only fear is if we get past the first round, I definitely feel like we'll go all the way. I don't want to be one of those teams that's real hot and get into the playoffs and make a complete flop. I don't want to do that.
That's Philly, because we're peaking. Philly is on the other side of a peak, and I know that's what's going on with them.
Philly has reached their peak, and people have caught up to their scheme. The Bears was having a good game. The one thing about Philly, like I told somebody else was talking. I said, man, hey, you play who is in front of you.
Yep.
Just like we play who is in front of us. Okay, but you notice every time Philly has played someone with a decent defense, they don't have an offense to match.
Texas.
Yeah, I mean, really, Washington was the only. They really looked up and beat them. You feel me? And everybody is saying, Jalen Hurts is MVP because their team is 13-1. Ronbo, I can say this. I can guarantee you, Ronbo, that stat right there is a damn lie. Because if the 49ers was 12-1 or 13-1 right now, they will say it's everybody else other than Jimmy Garoppolo or Brock Purdy.
No,
I promise
you. Fam,
I promise you.
I know it too. BM, we got to stop. But listen, I'll see you Friday. My mistake, we're playing Saturday. We'll see you Friday and get everything else you got to say about this upcoming game. All right?
All right, Ronbo. Love what you do, my man. Be safe.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you, too. You know this. See you Friday. Night, BM. Careful out there. All right.
All right.
And my dude, Jalen, come in here and talk about the other clubs around the league. I love when you do that. Oh, wait a minute. JC3771. No need to talk Jimmy G or Trey Lance. Let them heal and let's deal. I like what you did there, JC.
You can hear me clearly?
With the cards we got now on our hands. Yeah. Jalen, I can hear you, man. I just say hi to JC. Thanks, JC, for that contribution.
Just making sure last time I was going in and out. I want to make sure everybody in the NFC West and everybody in the attack can hear me. Once again, I'm going to say it like always. Cardinals, damn, y'all are relevant. Rams, ass. Seahawks, a thing of the past. What's up, Ronbo? How you doing today?
Jalen's been working on that too. Look, did you see how he was rhyming? I felt like I need to put some beats behind it.
Oh
Jalen,
yeah,
you know,
it's gonna all the time. It's gonna always change up.
Jalen feeling magnificent.
It's
You know what I'm
fluid, just like Stephen A. It's fluid.
saying? Did he give us rankings of the week yet? I gotta go check
Yeah,
it out.
we were number 2, I think. Behind the
Ooh.
behind
What
the Bengals are number 1.
is that? Was the fellas that always like to work him? You know, it kills me because Keyshawn gets mad every time Smith does that. I wonder if they. I gotta go check that out. I know they worked him. Don't tell me. I want to see. I want to see it. Jalen, talk to me about Brock Purdy, and is this for real? Also, the playoff picture. Where do you want to be? Where do you think we're going? All that fun stuff you own.
Well, right now I think if we get the 3rd seed, I mean the 1st seed, how bad is a sprained shoulder, Ronbo? Honestly, I mean, didn't Jimmy play with the last year?
And that's one of the reasons why we lost the NFC Championship game. A sprained shoulder and a bad hand. If that both Rams know damn well they would never had a chance to beat Garoppolo if not he was damn near handicapped. And I got my left tackle walking around, the best left tackle in football, the best left tackle of all time, dragging his leg. So yeah, that sprain can be serious. But Jalen uses mostly his legs anyway, though. But he has a nice pass. It could hurt.
Purdy. Well, see what Ronbo. I like what the caller before the last one said about Trey. I mean Purdy being elusive. I just haven't seen. Like even I saw Grant watch the video on Grant the other day. Trey hasn't really proven himself as a runner in the NFL yet. Like I mean, I haven't just seen any runs. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's a top 3 pick. Like that's what I'm talking about. I just haven't seen it yet. I mean,
the bad thing is, like you mentioned earlier a couple of times, when Justin Fields breaks the line of scrimmage, that dude looks like a Mostert running down the field. I said, what the hell? They can't catch him.
Yeah, I mean, Ronbo, him alone creates explosive plays on Chicago. Just imagine if we had his legs in the backfield. God,
boy, he is scary. He beat us with one of those runs.
Yeah, he did. He made us look like a fool his rookie year. I mean, hey, it's a thing of the past, Ronbo. I mean, the Jets ain't no better. They took Zach Wilson, so we can't say that we can't say that we just worse. I mean, we can't say we did any worse. But
Zach is the worst.
Zach's probably worse than Davis Mills. I mean, honestly.
Was Davis in that track? He was in that one too.
Davis, he was him and Mac Jones. Well, I'm taking Mac Jones over Zach Wilson for sure.
And Davis, yeah.
Yeah, and Davis Mills. I mean, Davis can work with a bad team. Zach, you got weapons. You just
strange.
Yeah, Ronbo. He's not good. Like, and people knock on Jimmy for not just throwing the ball short. I've been seeing a whole lot of these good quarterbacks missing on real simple short passes. I'm not gonna lie.
Those are hard to throw.
Behind receivers, overthrowing them. Them short throws ain't as easy as you think.
No, in fact, people need to know those are more difficult due to the fact that you're usually timing oriented.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah. But man, Purdy, I like Purdy. He's definitely better than. I think he's better than C. He doesn't have a better arm. C.J. Beathard had a very underrated deep ball. Very underrated.
Didn't he?
Deep
that
ball
was one of the best in the league, actually. If we go tell the truth. Whoa, C.J. can throw that ball deep.
When he played Ronbo, I knew Cal was going to open up the playbook. He had him running read options. He had him throwing the ball deep. I remember that Green Bay game in 2018.
Marquise Goodwin.
Marquise Goodwin. That beautiful
twice,
throw.
Didn't it? Was it twice?
Beautiful throw. Two of them. Beautiful throw. So he don't have a better arm. He doesn't have a better arm than CJ. He can move better than Mullins, for sure. I think Mullins got a bit of a quicker release, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like Purdy. He's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see how he looks. If we really have to go in a shootout, can he score back to back like that? I mean, but it looked like he pretty decent. He reminded me of the kid from Baltimore, Huntley. Like, you know, he looked like a good quality backup.
Which is what we've been lacking for years, because every time Jimmy went down, here comes CJ. And those guys are okay, but they're one-dimensional. They can do one or two things, but they can't do much. And then you got the man who knew the whole playbook, but for some reason would always have 2 or 3 plays that would be pivotal in Mullins that would finally take us out of the picture. You know, Jalen, we didn't have the defense we have now. This defense can allow that offense to do whatever they please.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what they do half the time because the defense said, we going to give you a couple of points and they ain't getting none. So all you got to do is, and they do.
And all y'all Debo fans, I love Debo, but hey, how the offense been looking without him?
Don't open that can of worms up. You know, I've already been. I haven't done it on the show.
Ronbo,
I know.
Ronbo, I'm just saying, Ronbo, in 2019, Debo was not our number 1 wide receiver. He was Emmanuel Sanders. 2020, Brandon Ayuk was the leading receiver, and in 2021, that was his first breakout year. So the last 4 out of 3
Debo missed
years
one
of
of
his career, he's
Debo missed
not been
2021. Yeah,
2020 season when he broke his foot.
and the hamstring went out that year too,
so,
right?
I mean, he had one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna forget what George Kittle did that year when he broke the tight end receiving record. That right there, as long as we got Kittle on the field and a receiver that can get open, I think our offense is gonna be fine.
And we got plenty of weapons.
Debo for sure is a plus. He's for sure a plus.
He is, because out there open, he's gonna hurt somebody coming down the field. He's always at one play. Jalen,
but
we got to stop and see you Friday though, and as always, so entertaining.
Ronbo, I got Ronbo. I got you, man. Cardinals, y'all irrelevant. Rams, y'all in the trash. Seahawks, y'all smell like a pile of ass. Let's give me a nice shout out, Ronbo.
You know, I'll be looking forward to Friday. Night, Jalen. Yeah, I gotta talk Jalen into doing the Raiders too, though, because you know I told you about the Raiders, man. Hey, yo, Anderson.
What's up, Ronbo,
Anderson, man, we're looking like, you know, we're looking like that high cotton. You know what I'm saying? That one that grows way up above the rest of the field.
Man, we looking good. Oh, we looking good. The Cowboys, they quiet in the hood. They can't say nothing. I'm just walking by strutting, 49 cap on, and y'all ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. They in the house. I got, let me see, there's what? 3 Cowboy fans on the side of me. On one side of the street, two across the street, and on the other side of the street, it's the whole family of them. So they all quiet. I'm like, well, you can hear pin drop. Fuck them bastards. Oh, yeah. And shout out to Tony, because damn it, I hate being behind him because he kind of say everything that needs to be said. But, hey, don't forget, we got Khalil Davis coming in. Now, if that boy can play, oh, man, and Ken Law coming back, oh, man, this defense going to be shut out. You is not doing nothing. And everybody that was always talking down on Ken Law, y'all act like injuries happen, man. It ain't his fault, man. Injuries happen. Look how long look at Jimmy. Look how long everybody was talking down about Jimmy. Oh, man, now look when I look. He went down again, but fuck it, it's football. Shit happens.
And it's going to continue to happen.
But anyway, yeah, and Parity, shit, man, they look like Cool Joe when he first came in. Y'all ain't paying attention. Ain't paying attention.
You know, Khalil Davis, I wonder how he's doing, though, because I had forgotten all about him. The 49ers knew better. They missed out on Vita Vea. They said, we're going to get this one, though, and we're going to let him heal up. We're going to nurse him back to health and put that beast on the field. You know, and EG9, Khalil ain't nothing but Vita Vea 2.0.
Yeah, they had some videos of him doing the little deal with the little lines, the line with the knees and stuff. They had 2 of them. They had one video with him pulling something and running fast. I'm like, oh yeah, that boy, oh yeah, he ought to be ready. And it was so crazy. Oh man, thank you, Dak. Thank you, Dak. I won my $200 back. Thank you, Dak. Thank you.
You guys are in fine form tonight with the rhymes. Anderson, Michael Irvin was quiet the other day when Stephen A. went after him. And Stephen A. went on for about 5 minutes, and Michael Irvin just sit there smiling and didn't say nothing because he cannot. And Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa moved out in front of him by Vegas says Bosa's out in front now. You know?
Yeah, Bosa been up there. I'm like, why they always saying talking about what's his name? Micah Parsons.
Because he's a Cowboy.
Got more sacks than him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, they be. I'm like this. See, everything what I say is true. The media, for some strange reason,
love them Cowboys.
Every platform, they hate the 49ers. For some reason, they hate the 49ers. ESPN, them motherfuckers, for some reason, they hate the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
They do not like the 49ers.
Bleacher Report.
I don't know what it is.
Well,
they all over.
So the 49ers have had 5 championships, and now people get on them because they haven't had any since '94. But see, there's other teams that ain't had none. Look at Buffalo. Their area code in Buffalo is 044. You know? So, you know, don't
3 times in a row.
You know, don't talk about the 49ers like they do. And I don't know. It's just strange. And the referees, New York, some of the things we see happening at Anderson are very questionable. Now, people say, from the 49ers fans, y'all always start crying about the refs. Every time you lose a game, it's all about the refs. I said, you know what, you motherfuckers, y'all don't watch the game is what your problem is. You know, and I get shut down usually because I get gang tackled by Raider fans because that's the ones that get me most of the time. Boy.
Them haters. They ain't nothing. They man, our defense it's gonna like why they did them people like that. They wrong. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't score any points. I don't think they shouldn't score nothing when we play them. And that's the same thing. See, now this game coming up here, it's gonna be a pretty tough little game. You know what I'm saying? Because you got
Washington's got a decent defense. They got some
they got a defense, and then they kind of they kind of similar. They kind of similar to ours.
I know.
So the only thing is we got more. The only thing I see, we have a little more weapons on our defense.
Hey,
that's the only thing, and I feel
it's out coaching. It's if Kyle can keep him off balance, and you got an elusive quarterback out there now. What he does is he stays in the pocket, but if you come to grab him, boy, this Brock Purdy. Wait till you get right there. You think you got me, don't you? Oh, no, you don't. Wait a minute. Oh, I got a receiver. Bam! I said, look, what is that? Who taught you that, Brock? What the hell?
He's gone.
Anderson, we got to go. I'm going to tell you what, I'll see you Friday, all right?
Yeah.
Keep working them Cowboys, too. Don't let me have no slack. Yeah.
Oh, hell, never that. I can't stand them. I'm out. See, my mother's a Cowboy fan. That's the only one who I grant amnesty to. But everybody else, I'll be like, man, I wish I just had my baseball bat with me. I beat the shit out of you. I don't know why. I just do not like them.
You know, because they talk too much.
Man.
All right, fam.
Man. All right, Ronbo.
All right, Brock. Have a great Brock. Not everybody's Brock. Night, Anderson.
I ain't mad at you.
You know.
All right.
All right, fam.
Empire, much love.
I got you, fam. And it's Steven in Rome. Steven, come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, 4-9, red and gold, 49 away. Brock Purdy. See, everybody's rhyming tonight, Steven. You got to come up with some rhymes tonight. You know, when they first came in, I was scared to death. And now all of a sudden, after 3 games, you know, I don't know. We'll see this week. But I'm through being scared. I'm starting to feel confident in what he can do. This is it, Steven. You know, what your feelings about Brock Purdy and our playoff picture, who do you want? Because I do not want the Lions, as people think. And I've already been accused of being a coward, but I still don't. Not the first round. Hey, Steven, go ahead. You in Rome.
I want the Eagles more than anything.
Rome is backing up. He agrees.
I want the Eagles because
right now, Eagles fans are riding that high that, oh, yeah, we're number 1 seed and all that good shit. But, that's going to come crashing down.
Hard. And now that Jalen is feeling pain, although the coach is trying to sell, he's trying to bluff. No, if Jalen Hurts it's only questionable that he may not start. Yeah, now, come on, coach. You're going to risk him against the Cowboys because it's the Cowboys, right? I understand that. But if he gets more seriously hurt and that Cowboy defense can hurt him, well, now what are you going to do for the rest of the way? You're in line. Huh?
Oh yeah, if you lose Jalen Hurts out of the entire the Philly offense, they lose the whole team, the whole offense rides on Jalen Hurts' back. Without Jalen Hurts, that's it. They're going back to being the exact same Philly Eagles that they were.
And Steve, that's the point. 5 years. That's the point that people don't understand when they keep talking about 49ers offense. I say, you know what? Kyle Shanahan does not want to be in a position where the quarterback is the all and everything about his offense. That's why he builds a machine, an intricate machine that's as good as all of its working parts. So when you have your Josh Allen's, your Jalen Hurts, even your Mahomes to some degree. No, what am I saying? To full degree. Now, if they have a bad day, if they are in a bad mood, or if they just don't feel like playing today, the team's going to lose. This is why I say, we're the best built team going in the future. And that's why you see a lot of teams trying to build their model after Kyle Shanahan. You can't do it.
Oh, yeah, 100%, Ronbo. Hold on, let me get him real quick.
He doesn't like the Cowboys either. Rome, how do you feel about the Raiders? Raiders, boy. Everybody knows about being the Raiders, boy. Raiders, boy.
Ronbo, I'm excited about that game. I'm excited. Well, I'm so excited about that, Raider game, even though I know it's going to be a blowout, just because they have Derek Carr. I mean, really, the only reason why they won the Patriots game, Ronbo, was because of that stupid lateral
play
that the Patriots
had. Can you believe that?
It was easily. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. I couldn't believe I actually saw it in real time.
Shannon even talked about it. So, first of all, calling a draw play at that point in the game was not something that should have been done. And also what happened, and I know that player that did that. Shannon went on and on. Every coach in NFL, including all of us, saw that and said, what WTF are you doing? God.
But what's crazy, Ronbo? Even when jumping back to the 49ers and not talking about, how the Raiders like to, play their usual shtick every time they have not the Raiders, I don't even know what to call it. It was such a Raider move that the Patriots tried to replicate it and replicated it successfully, But, no, when I saw Brock Purdy go in, I wasn't really worried. When I knew he was going to start, I wasn't too terribly worried because I knew what kind of offense we had and the talent he had going into this. His experience in college football playing, with, if I'm not mistaken, the Big 12, I think. I think that was his division, the Big 12.
I know he's in a power division. That must be it.
Yeah. So the boy went right under the radar, thank God. And I think him getting picked up by Kyle Shanahan was probably the best move that he could have ever had happen to him.
Yes, for both him and Kyle. You're right.
And the fact that he did that play action fake play, or what is it called? The Holland?
I don't even know what to call it. I just call it amazing. You know about that one with Kittle floating toward the inside as a defense bit on both of those most serious pump fakes I've ever seen in my life. I thought he was going to throw the ball to McCaffrey. Yeah. I thought he was going to throw the ball to Ray. No. Full spin, 360. Bam! George laughing his way into the end zone. What?
And you know what's even better, Ronbo? You know what's even better is the fact that not only is our offense pretty damn good behind Brock Purdy, I mean, it's efficient. It's weird. It's efficient. Yeah. It looks smooth. But our defense, I mean, look at Travis Ward. He's being touted as a Deion Sanders of this current, NFL.
Well, that may be going too far, but he is doing a damn good job, though. Oh.
I mean, yeah. Listen, but the thing is that he can tackle. Deion can't.
He never misses. That's right. Deion couldn't tackle. But you're right. Travaris hasn't missed. He's a top tackling corner in the league. To check it.
Yeah.
Do you have Instagram by any chance?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Listen,
I do.
you may have seen it. What is your name on Instagram?
It is shh.music.
Okay, so I'll remember that last part especially. There's a clown over there I put up about Javarius Ward and did indeed point out the fact that Javarius Ward he put the lockdown on DK Metcalf, right? So guy comes running into the thread, says, it's about that defensive line. He ain't all that. Oh, we piranha'd that dude. People were all over his ass on it. So, people are thinking that, though.
No.
They think Javarius' skills, and cornerbacks do need that frontline defense, but that's normal. So don't tell me that Javarius was no good. My God, Anyway.
It's not. Travarius Ward is the truth. The fact that, the Chiefs let him go was just insane. They let him walk.
He was a cap casualty is what he was, I think, because they know he's too good. Steve, we got to go. I'll look for you Friday, and let's talk about what's going to happen against the Commanders, whom I don't think have enough firepower to stick with the 49ers. But let's get some scores out there and say things like, I knew it. All right.
All right, Ronbo. I'll see you then.
Looking forward to it. You and Rome have a great night. Night, fam.
You too.
Thanks. It's roof. Roof, 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 roof. And you know when a dog is sitting in the window and he sees something out on the street, he's it's Howard. Howard, man, we're sitting up here feeling up, and because we're thinking we play the Commanders and the Cardinals and the Raiders, and if what will our record be? Does that look like 13? Howard, just y'all pray with me, please. On the night we play, even if we lose the next two games, just Lord, please, not the Raiders. And I'm gonna tell y'all for that game, y'all put your hands on your monitors, your phones, anything else you're using right now, and pray with me. If we lose to the Raiders, my life, even though we're doing wonderful, people will be coming in me. They'll be parked out in front of the house and everything else. Ronbo, you got to come out of there sometime. Oh man. Well, y'all don't know, boy. Raider fans, that's the worst creature on the planet. But Howard, Brock Purdy and playoffs. What are you thinking?
And, just because of that, we're going to lose to the Raiders. Better go knock on wood, brother.
No. You know what, though? I still have a whole card. Nah. I said, Raiders, I'm going to the playoffs. Where y'all going? Y'all going to the draft, ain't you? And you need a new coach. You looking at Sean Payton, ain't you? I got some comebacks, but they're weak if we lose,
Yeah, man. Yeah. I heard some love already for the defense. Now, Ronbo, I've said this shit. I done said this shit since week 2. I done said it. This team has a chance to be like the 85 Bears, the 06 Bears, the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. I done said it since week 2.
They look good.
Now everybody's on the wagon.
But you know what, Howard? Because I think those first 2 games we all were in lockstep on that, but then we got hurt, and people start running the ball on us. We didn't look as invincible as we do now. We made some adjustments. D'Amico got them boys in line, and when did we start dominating completely?
Probably about week
7,
10.
6, 10. Yeah. I thought we was working before that. Oh, yeah, that's right. We was 7 there. Yeah, see, and you couldn't really see a clear picture. We was worried about that. Everybody's worried about it, except you, of course, because you knew. But,
Yeah, man, this defense, man. I told you, man. I done said it.
Oh, Ward
always going to say it.
Yeah, we had injuries. That's right. Injuries what made people think different.
Yeah, man.
Travarius was hurt. We lost Mosley. That was the problem. Guys going down.
Yeah, Mosley went down. See, Mosley going down, that stopped our defense from being like God mode.
I know, right?
So we would have been
some love, though.
God
He's getting
mode
better every
week.
Got to pick. If it wasn't for the
referee. Amador, yeah. No questions asked. No slight to him. But if Emmanuel Mosley was out here, man, this defense would have been God mode. Right now it's like Super Saiyan 3.
He was on Pro Bowl. He was on a Pro Bowl path. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. He was gonna get it, man. So
Damn.
but let's get to our boy Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying?
the Brock party. I like
Brock Purdy in the building. We
Brock
Brock Purdy.
party.
Brock Purdy, man. Listen, man. As long as he don't fuck up and lose the game, we are good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's it.
Support.
As long as he keep doing what he's doing, he be all right.
Mm.
You know, so
You know,
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know he was gonna be decent at all, whatever, because he scared me when he came in for the Kansas City game. He scared me when he came in the Kansas City game. I was like, oh shit.
Did Brock play in the Kansas City
He threw a
game?
pick. Yes, at the end.
Kansas City?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because we had lost that game so bad. Brock came in. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he came in, did some mop-up duty. He kind of scared me. He threw that pick. I was like, oh, shit.
Well, you know, here's the thing. He probably didn't realize he was going to come in the game, you know? He probably thinking, damn.
Yeah,
but that's his fault. You got to stay ready.
He sailed that one back. I was like, damn, bro. Because he was looking good early on in the first four throws, and then he threw that one over the end zone. I was like, there we go.
You know,
that's why you're the third string quarterback. But I'm glad he proved me wrong.
Look at this graphic here from Daniel Vigil. I didn't even know about this. You know, Purdy already leads all rookies in passing TDs. Well, you know what? Who's the rookie this year? Quarterback.
Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And Sam Ellinger.
Yeah, and the Falcons have that kid, but he didn't
Sam
play.
Ellinger. Desmond Ridder just started this last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
he just got in for the first time.
But before we run out of time, fam, listen, the playoff pictures, now you got Mr. MVP, Mr. All Football, not All Pro, but All Football. Jalen Hurts is hurt. This guy, you know, I mean, people go play with that forever. But Jalen Hurts, is he the Eagles? He is the Eagles, isn't he? If Jalen Hurts ain't ready to play, the Eagles got a problem.
Of course. Listen, man, hats off to him. I know a lot of people like fuck the Eagles and all, but Jalen Hurts, I gotta put some respect on him. That kid has put in work. He's gotten better every single year.
Every year.
Like you just said, there's nothing without him. Mm-hmm. Like, that dude is accounted for 35 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. And half of them, he took them powerful legs of his because he's world famous for some of his squats in by himself.
Yeah, 35 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And you know what? Did he get 2 yet? He had been riding along with about 3 INTs the whole season. And, no, I'm thinking about, you know what I'm thinking about? Honestly, unbelievable, too. Gino got 2 against the 49ers. Gino's rolling along. I ain't got no INTs this year. Y'all come on in here. I got something for that ass. Gino, we got something for that ass, too. Come on.
Nah, man. Leave Gino alone. He ain't part of the Seahawks hate that we don't like him. You know what I mean? Gino cool in my book.
Let me just say one thing, though. Because Gino said, they wrote me off. I didn't write back. Gino wrote them a 5-page letter, though, the other day, I think. I don't mean to pick on him. But he's wearing the wrong uniform, fam. I don't hate him either. But I hate the Hawks. Oh, my God. Anyway.
Of course. They're your worst nightmare. You dream about them every time we go play them in Seattle.
Nightmares, waking up in sweats, you know? Screaming and hollering. Mama!
I was like, Mama!
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do it! Come on, wake up!
We got to go. Hey, I'm going to see you Friday. Come on in and bring that score. Let's talk some more. Oh, God. We'll live. Night, Howard.
Peace.
And feed that dog. Hey, Z, it's the dark one.
Ronbo, the dark one is here.
I'm glad to hear it too. Well, see, we're in here talking about the legend, the movie, the future movie. You might, and maybe on Netflix next year, as early as next year, if he indeed does do what we hope he can do. If he runs the table, and goes right on into the playoffs, runs through that, and in the Super Bowl, we'll all be sitting at the top of the chair like, oh man, I don't know. Hey, y'all know we're gonna get this far, but oh, every snap, oh, got it, oh, get your medication ready, do everything you got to do, sedatives, you smoke the best grass you can, do whatever you can to calm down. It's gonna be a crazy ride between here and Super Bowl Sunday. But let me stop. Go ahead.
Hey, Rumble, you know what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
You know what I start to think?
What?
Remember how we, when like the 49ers went twice. They went twice in the last decade, right?
Yeah.
And remember how we want them to win it so bad back then, especially in 2012. We wanted them to win it better than anything. And then we wanted them to win in 2019 with the quarterbacks that they had. Now we got Brock Purdy. We thinking to ourselves like, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but does it really matter if we win it now? I mean, I feel like they're just gonna give it to us because it's not who we want it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but you also.
What I mean by that is the quarterback.
Yes, what I'm saying, because you also painted another picture. Cap was considered top notch. Jimmy G in 2019 was considered at least in the top of 49 quarterbacks of all time, as far as stats go, right? And now here comes this kid. He has no stats. He has no reputation. He's not even thought of in the same light as any 49er legend. He comes in, and if he wins a Super Bowl, I was joking about a series, a movie, or something like that. If he does that, that movie's out with Tom Cruise playing the part in 2024.
Now when you look at it and you see and you think about it, you be like, damn, I really wish 2012 we really got that, because that was a team that was
supposed to
up
win.
And down. That team was the shit up and down. Now, the only thing we got looking forward to this year is the defense. And you're like, yeah, I still want to win it, but we should have won it the other two times or that other time. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But listen, don't sell that offense off, because you know what? Since McCaffrey came, it's a whole new beast. It is weirdly bad. I mean, they are really tough. And if Debo does come back, he doesn't have to. Just like Jalen pointed out, he was brave enough to say that. Even if Debo doesn't come back, with the way this offense clicks, there's nothing you can do, because you're not going to stop Ayuk. Not completely. You're definitely not going to stop George. You're not going to stop Juice. You're not going to stop. And then there's McCaffrey that puts a ribbon around that whole package. So, man, and the running backs, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason. This offense is, people are not going to give him a lot of love because the defense is such a badass. But that offense is kicking ass.
Listen, I was thinking earlier, I was like, damn, I was thinking to myself, like, I wanted Jimmy G to do it. I wanted this person to do it. I wanted this person to do it. Now I'm sitting here thinking, like, I don't care who does it.
Just
this
do
is
it.
A team effort. Let's get it. Let's just get it.
And,
let's get it.
It's Jimmy's been with the team for a long time, and I feel you on that. And I really wish he could have been the guy to get it, because they were going to get it almost regardless between Brock. Even if Trey would have finally got up to the speed he needed to get there, even Trey could have got in there and won the Super Bowl. Because, like you say, the offensive machinery, the defense, that's a formula for disaster for any team they play. Nobody wants the 49ers in the first round, except for maybe the Lions. Lions got bold, man. They actually do concern me. Oh.
It's funny because when we get there, I'm saying it because I'm speaking to existence. When we get there, all that's going to be talked about is Kyle Shanahan knows how to put a team. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch know how to put a team together with depth and players that are willing to help out. Nobody's being insecure. Nobody's thinking about, oh, it's just me. It's all about that organization and how they got that locker room looking. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
They're gonna talk about Kyle. They're gonna talk about how those two guys are really they know how to bring organization together.
Mm-hmm. And create an atmosphere in that locker room that's conducive to winning. And people don't realize how important that is, So, because, our locker room fell apart that last year with Harbaugh as well. You had people out in the field saying things about what was going on behind closed doors, and they never did that before. Nothing negative. So, But we got
all around. This might be the best depth team that I've seen in a long time for the 49ers.
Real long.
All around.
And when you say all around, exactly, because we may have had a defense equal to, we may have had an offense definitely equal to, but not both at the same time. I guess the 2012 team came damn close, so that was a machine. One bad call, and I ain't gonna say nothing about the refs. Everybody knows I ain't gonna say nothing, but Anyway, fam, I'm gonna see you Friday, and let's get back into this some more and talk about what's gonna happen Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just got one question for you. You can answer it while I get off the phone.
Right.
Who would you rather have it? What team? What year would you rather have won? The 2012 or the 2019? All right, Ronbo, dark one out.
All right, bam. Talk to you later. See that? Because if I go through my whole emotional path, of course, 2012, Harbaugh, you just give the ball to Frank.
2012, we had to come from behind. Kansas City, we had to
did.
Let that go. I say Kansas City. So that's that.
Right. But see, but we came from behind in 2012. They turned the lights out, and I still believe that was a plot, and came back, and we was right there. Harbaugh, just get the ball to Frank Gore.
I blame that whole loss on Whitney. He did the same mistake over and over, trying to go for the big hit instead of playing the ball. He over there playing the defense, playing the receiver. We lost that game because of him. You can take it as you want, everybody. But we lost that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Thanks to his trying to be a big man making late hits.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that game over and you'll see this man trying to go for big hits instead of trying to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, how you doing, Ronbo?
I'm high as can be because I know this is a good position we're in right now. We're looking good. We got 3 games though not to get injured, and that's a long time. But I'm gonna just go ahead and feel good about this now before I start worrying about anything else.
You gonna be some grass when we done with that ass. Raiders, you wear a patch because you play like ass. In the Cardinals, you never had a chance.
Everybody's in the rhyming mood tonight. Oh, God. Well, Emilio, as we're talking about Brad Purdy, this is 3 times, and this last time got a little touchy toward the end, but it always does, no matter who it is, when we play in Seattle. And now, we deal with the Commanders at home. In the playoff picture. Emilio, give some Emilio-isms. Go ahead.
I mean, to me, I think we'll get the number 2 spot. If we get the number 3, it'd be a set mark. The only thing I see happening this weekend, I see the Cowboys beat the Eagles just because, we've all said and we've noticed that they have no Jalen Hurts. They're not a team. Yeah. Their whole offense is basically Jalen Hurts. He's not there or he's stopped.
Mm-hmm. Cowboys going to eat. Yeah, Cowboys going to eat.
As long as Dak doesn't mess it up and throw an interception at the end of the game again.
Oh, wait, I forgot about Dak, though. There is the Dak factor. I forgot about that. Dak looks strange recently, don't he? He really does. 11 INTs in 9 games? Dak might be catching up with the league leaders.
If you look at it, Jimmy didn't even do that. I think. God, so I was like,
Jimmy never did that. And also, pick sixes. Jimmy's not famous for pick 6. He's famous for picks, but not pick 6. Dak's thrown how many pick 6?
Well, I still say Jimmy's the only quarterback who's never thrown a pick 8. So I don't know. Still
You know
trying to
what?
let that
See,
one
people
go.
call it a pick 8, but it wasn't. So
I know
that-
what it is, but
yeah.
for
See,
the
that-
life of me, that's just I still have no explanation for that one.
And here's the thing.
How you get a safety and throw an interception?
Well, you know, everybody makes goofy mistakes on occasion, as long as you don't do it every week. But here's the thing. With Dak, he's supposed to be a $40 million quarterback. He's all world. He's all this. He's all that. So that ain't a comparison I'm trying to feel. I'm talking about Dak. You supposed to be the man out here. They made Cooper Rush sit down, and they was excited about bringing you back. I'm excited about them bringing you back too now.
I don't think why they even did that. They should have just kept Cooper. They would have been a lot better with Cooper Rush.
I mean, they've been just as good.
It's not my team. I can care less. I care less. It's not my team. I just laugh at people. Oh, Cowboys. No, they're not.
Yes.
Cowboys always do good during the season. When it comes to the playoffs, they just fall apart. They just something about them. It doesn't matter. They might win one game.
Yeah.
They always fall apart and never bounce back.
And Stephen A. Smith is right. Just wait. Be patient.
I see it happening.
Wait on them.
They just better hope they don't play us, because it's gonna be this time we are gonna embarrass them. They got lucky trying to come back.
That's why I want the 49ers to volunteer to come to Dallas. Look, you guys, we're gonna play you in Dallas, just to make the game more interesting, because we feel like we got this. But anyway, and I want to see them fans in the stands.
Let's say they play the Eagles again and they win. That game is not gonna get that. When that game be in Santa Clara, if we play the Cowboys game.
Yeah, no matter what. No matter what, the Cowboys have to come to us. But I enjoyed that last year so much. I want to run it back.
That'd be nice for you now. I think we're gonna hurt him again. I keep seeing people that, man, y'all gonna be a dangerous team.
Yeah. You know, this is it for the Cowboys, though. If they don't get to where they're supposed to go this year, Jerry Jones ain't no telling what he's going to do. He got rid of what's his name, the wide receiver. That was all because they didn't win it. Now, what's he going to do next? Could Dak be up for sale?
I would be shocked if somebody traded for Dak. Who the hell wants Dak? I know we wouldn't want him. I don't know. Maybe the Rams will take him. Anyway.
Yeah, because Baker Mayfield looked like Baker Mayfield the other day. So, you know.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible. Rams just thought they came. Oh, we have to fight. We'll beat the Raiders. Yeah, you beat the Raiders.
Everybody does. Number one in the draft, Baker Mayfield. Number one. Boy.
This point in time, we got to worry about the team. Man, who's the team at the time? If we get the number one team, that's kind of hard to get out. I see us getting the number 2 spot.
Yeah,
bring
I
on
like
the
that.
Lions. Bring on the Lions. I want John Bird to start crying here. We would love to hear John Bird cry. It'd be perfect.
And you know,
we'd have to come to Levi's for that, buddy.
He would, huh? And here's the thing, you know, we'd be home the whole time because somebody's going to beat the Eagles. If what's his name's not healthy, the Eagles are not going to go far in the playoffs. They have to have a healthy Jalen Hurts. That's all there is to it. There's not one team in the playoffs that's going to lose to a hurt. That's not funny, bro. Don't tease players that are hurt. Okay, you know, it's just true.
Hey, they were making fun of us because Jimmy was hurt last year.
Everybody does. So we can
laugh. So right.
Shoot.
We're not applauding. He's hurt. It's just a joke.
That's true, but you know, it's just
making fun of the man.
They was the king of the heap up until yesterday. So.
It's all right. Like I say, bring them on. I'm ready for playoffs. I want the playoffs to start on there. Start taking these teams out one by one.
Well, I'm going to see you Friday, and we're going to talk major poo-poo because now we're qualified. We're already in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what we say. We can have all the fun we want to.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just such a wonderful thing. I'll see you Friday, fam.
Stop worrying about these teams. I'm going to take each one out by one. Stop being so nervous.
I know. I'll wait till the playoffs.
You already did that during the Dolphins and every other game.
I was so silly.
I feel like a fool. We have our cojones and say we're taking every team out.
Hey, I just bought me a new set of cojones.
Right.
You know, I'm ready.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too, Leo. Hey, let me check out. Hey, Liam.
Ronbo.
Liam, We're in celebration mode because, last year we had to fight till the last game of the season to get into the playoffs. This year we're coming in early. You know what I mean? And Liam, it's a wonderful thing knowing and we're highly seeded too. And number 3 position is a great position.
Yeah.
I don't mind number 2. That's for the possibility of being home for every game of the playoffs. But there's nothing to cry or whine about, Liam. It's just a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good time. Makes me break out. Liam, you have to cut me off when I get into these moods. But go ahead. What are you thinking about?
No, it's great, man. We don't get to to do this too much. Let's soak it in.
I'm usually crying. You're right. Oh, God. Anyway.
Well, I wanted to come in and, I don't know, it depends on our mindset. Are we here to win games? Because if we're here to win games, we got to be eyes wide open about the Washington Commanders. This is a very serious football team right now.
They're fighting for the.
And everybody's talking about we got to have somebody beat the Eagles. Well, look who beat the Eagles this year. It was Washington.
Good point.
And you know how they did it?
Run the ball.
They ran the football. Yeah, and they converted on 3rd down. And that's got to be their formula for us. What they really tried to do is exploit the aggressive defensive ends, and they ran gaps and zones, and they just huge drives, sort of like our style, but just way less passing. And in each game Brock is playing, he's thrown a pick, and this happens every game, but it feels magnified right now. Drop picks, if a couple of those click, some of the complexions of these games changes really fast because we pulled away big at the end. So it depends on what our mindset is. If we're feeling good about coasting in, don't want to get hurt, maybe it's not as important. However, I do worry about this team. And Ron Rivera coached football team is a disciplined football team.
Oh, yes. Well, Ron's about as military as you're gonna get. So
Sorry, I'm being too negative. I'm being too serious.
No,
that's my shtick.
You're shining the flashlight on those areas that we need to watch out for. Don't step here, don't step there, because you'll fall into a pit. And it's the truth is, there's nothing wrong pointing that out. So
But Purdy. He's going to be tested, what kind of game are we going to get? And, but he does seem to have this very special factor that you see it when he's talking with media and you see it when he's on the field. Some of these plays, it's improvisation, but it's also awareness. He does have speed. He has a lot more speed. Yeah. He's got a lot.
What is you heard about his?
It's very exciting.
95%. Brock Purdy for the first.
What is this?
He's in the 95 percentile of the fastest guys for the first 10 yards. That first step of his. That's why when you see guys groping for air trying to get him, that was quickness.
He's way faster than Trey.
Yeah, you can't see that speed on the television. It just looks like the guy that was reaching for him screwed up, but he got jocked. Whoever that was,
Yeah.
Yeah, Purdy's quick.
There's a bit of Steve Young in him, in that way.
Young was
Garcia could run too, and Cap could run, but he's got this bizarre factor about him, and it is exciting. Yeah. It is exciting. I hope we can just not turn the football over on the weekend, because if we do that a couple times, it's going to be a tight game because those guys are going to try and keep the defense on the field.
I know. Every team, and Liam, every team's prerogative is to do that. Wear them out. And Kyle.
That's true. That's fair
Kyle's
enough.
Famous for doing that. So, it's. That's why so many teams are adopting his whole system as much as they can, but they can't quite do it like Kyle. That's why over in Miami, over in Green Bay, every coach, and we haven't dealt with Robert Saleh yet, but every coach that Kyle was under Kyle's tree tries to beat Kyle McVay. They can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle,
They just can't.
The Jedi won. My God.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, our team is looking sick. It's elite in every facet. We're so fast. The defense plays so aggressive. It's so fun to watch.
Just taking teams apart.
Yeah. It's been amazing.
Well, Liam, I'll tell you what we're going to do.
And, yep.
We're going to see you Friday and bring your prediction.
Yes, sir.
And cheer up.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm in a better mood.
Yeah, that's what I say. But it's too early to worry. I'm going to join you. I'm bad. I'm as worse than you are on game days after the next 3 weeks. Right now, we're already in the playoffs. All I want to do is I know you don't want us to come assing around. I want to win those games, believe me. But I don't want to see anybody get hurt before week 1 of the playoffs. So. But I want a record of 13
especially McCaffrey.
Oh, my God. He's got a knee going on. If he gets hurt, that just
He's
ruins everything.
so good. I can't believe he's on our team. It's so insane.
He's the glue that puts that thing together. Because we got all the parts. But the glue that just makes it all work. He is frighteningly good.
Man.
All right. Liam.
Awesome.
I'll see you Friday.
All right.
Oh.
Peace.
And there he is. That gorgeous guy from Hawaii is in my monitor to the left. You see him. That's Mrs. Nagatani's baby boy, Tony. Hey, Tony! Aloha!
Aloha, Ronbo. Happy Tuesday. How you doing?
So, last year we had to wait. So everybody's on pins and needles all the way till we got to the final game with the Rams, and we had to make it tremendously tough that day. Remember, we had to fight from a hole to beat the Rams in order to get into the playoffs. So, you're sitting there, the blood is drained from your body. You're sitting, oh my God, we want it. But is it just, I need food. My sugar level's dropping. And this year, Tony, we have 3 weeks to go, and we're in. And we're not in at 7 or 8 or 6 or 5. We're number 3. Tony, I don't know what to do with myself. This is the feeling that's kind of unfamiliar for me. Tony, you got Brock Purdy. You've got a playoff situation. Tony, I know you've got a lot to say. They haven't started the clock on you yet, Tony. Go.
Well, Ronbo, right now, I think we got to have our eyes peeled to try to get that number 2 seed overall. I think it's possible that Minnesota is going to lose one of their last 3 games. And so the Niners have to bring it every single week to try to get that number 2 seed. If nothing else, just to try to get more home playoff games going forward and get the best possible seeding schedule. I am worried, though, because this Washington Commanders game is the one I've had circled for several weeks now as one of the more problematic games left on the schedule, just mainly because their defensive line is very, very good. I think it's very possible that they get Chase Young back this week, and our offensive line, quite frankly, is not the strongest part of our team, although they have gotten better throughout the course. So that being said, it's it's kind of strength on strength in the sense that our defense is good, and their defense has the ability to shut down good teams like the Eagles, or at least beat them. So I like what I'm seeing from our offense. I worry about what our offense is going to be able to do against their defense, just because that defensive line they have is really good. But, at the same time, we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who had a very good offensive line, or excuse me, a very good defensive line.
They were fast. Is that the thing?
Yep. Yeah, and it's just going to be a matter of, seeing early on in the game, like how we match up with that defensive line against our offensive line, and then making adjustments from there. We have a lot more playmakers on offense than the Redskins are going to be able. Excuse me, pardon my French.
So many.
The Commanders are going to be able to handle. The issue is going to be getting Brock Purdy enough time to throw the ball, and also honestly keeping him healthy. Because if we lose Brock Purdy, we got Josh Johnson, and that's it. So those are my words. Do you
know how good are they at stopping the run? I've not paid that any attention.
They are not great at stopping the run. They are middle of the pack at stopping the run. Their defense, and Kyle Shanahan said their defense overall was a top 5 defense, but I think personnel wise they are. But you look at what happened last week I believe the Giants beat them over this last weekend. And Saquon Barkley, it took him a while to get going, but towards the end of the game, he was ripping off 10-yard runs. But I do think that there's more beef on that Giants offensive line than really what we have, even with Trent Williams and Aaron Banks. So again, long term, I think it's going to be about the short game early on, trying to get quick passes off, run concepts but passes to try to get over that defensive line and really try to keep it fast, but also try to hold the ball for a long time to tire that defense out. Classic. And then looking at on the other end, though, our defense is much better than the Washington offense. I mean, you look at the way that Mooney Ward was able to handle DK Metcalf last week. I think Mooney Ward's going to be able to handle Terry McLaurin this weekend. And while they do have some players at tackle on their offensive line, I like the depth that we have on our defensive line better. We have the defensive MVP in Nick Bosa on the team. We have our linebackers. We have Talanoa Hufanga. I really think defensively, we really match up well and are a lot better defensively than the Commanders are offensively. And so it's not the score day yet, but I do anticipate a lower scoring game overall. And just historically, since Kyle Shanahan has been the head coach of the 49ers, we've played the Washington team 3 times. And right now we're 1-2 against them, with our win coming in that 9-0 Monsoon Bowl in the Super Bowl run year in 2019. So that was an ugly game as well for weather reasons. But even so, 9-0 is still a very, very ugly game. So this is a team that has beaten us in the past with our current offense, although this is the most loaded this offense has been in the entire tenure of Kyle Shanahan being the head coach of this team. And this defense is the best defense we've seen in the last 25 years. So it's this, though. If we win this game, I think the chances are likely we're going to win out. But this game against the Washington team is the one that has always been the one I've been circling as the most problematic for us. What do you think, Ronbo?
And there's shades. There's little side stories involved in this game. Avtar Singh just pointed out something I'd forgotten all about. He says to all Niner fans who are nervous about this game, remember Kyle and Trent Williams are not about to lose to Snyder's team. I forgot about how people feel about Daniel, other than those that are now trying to just get him out of the whole system, period. But this is why Kyle, he won't say it, but him and Williams, they are coming in with mud in their eye about this game. I forgot about that element,
I'll tell you something. Actually, now that Avtar, shout out to Avtar, by the way, mentions that if I was in Vegas this weekend, this might be the weekend to try to put a prop bet on Trent Williams catching a touchdown pass.
Tony, you know what? Because they tried it, they've experimented around with that before.
A few times.
This would, Daniel Snyder would just be leaping out of his seat wherever he is. Oh, okay. That's why I didn't like those bleep. I wanted to bleep out of here now. And now you wonder why. You know what, Daniel? People are watching, and they're already talking about you now. And now it's going to be your mental state that they're going to put into this. That would be awesome, Tony. God,
One last thing to talk about, I want to say is the PFF has the Washington team rated as the #1 special teams unit in the game. So in a low-scoring game, watch out for that. That's, got to watch out.
Fall victim, and there's just a slight margin of difference between in the fourth quarter and times. You're right. Special teams can make all the difference in the world. We still got Robbie Gould and Tavares.
Ray's the best returner we've had in a long time.
He's getting better and better. As if he was frustrated the first few weeks, and now all of a sudden he's coming out of a Ray bag. I love him now. Mm-hmm. He's going to break one, Tony, before this year's over.
He's due. He really is due for something. So he's every single time we punt, I always yell at the screen, "No mistakes, Ray, no mistakes," because the last thing I want to see is a fumble.
Yeah.
But he's been true all year long, and he's gotten this good field position. I think we're like around the 35-yard line as our average starting position. So it is a critical thing. And now the thing of it is, without Debo, Ray's going to be playing a little bit more offense, and so hopefully we can get him going in multiple ways in this game as well. And again, short passes to get quick game off on that defensive line. It'd be great to see Ray
moving those chains.
Keep moving those chains, exactly.
Tony, always good stuff. And I hope you got time for us Friday. Be looking for you. All right.
Do my best. Take care. Aloha.
People are asking, what is he doing in those Minnesota Viking colors?
Oh no, this is a Dune T-shirt. I'm a nerd, so
I thought I'd give you a chance to clear that up. Tony's not a Viking. Stop it.
No.
All
right, take care, Ronbo. Aloha.
You too. Aloha. And hey, Charles. Charles.
Hey, Ronbo.
Charles, come on in, Charles. We're just
Hey,
partying like we already won.
Hey,
I can come back.
Can you come back to me?
Can do. I'll be back. Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
It can't be, and since I'm in a great mood these days, boom, 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 boom. Joey Mahoney, yeah, I'm the dua. Ooh, yeah. Joey Mahoney. Hey, Joey, you know, it's funny, because you're the only Joey that, calls here.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Doing great. Like I'm saying, I'm celebrating because I just realized, we don't have to wait for the Bengals to beat who. We don't have to worry about the Rams got to lose. We don't worry about the Saints if they win. We're in. Hey, see, I accidentally put that rhyme together. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's rhyming tonight, Tony. Joey, you got to come up with something too. But anyway, it's a comfortable feeling. I've not been this comfortable coming into the playoff situation weeks ahead like this in years. I can't even remember the last time. Well, 2019, we do.
Yeah,
but it's hilarious.
No, I mean, I got a few things for you tonight. I got a few things.
Oh, no, 2019, no, I couldn't. We had to worry about the Hawks. We had to play them to get out of the wild card. Yeah, first time in years. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joey.
I was gonna say, I have a few things tonight, but first thing, I heard BM earlier, and he said that nobody should be worried about the Buccaneers. That's wrong, actually. The Cowboys should be worried about the Buccaneers because they can't beat nobody in the playoffs. But anyways, that's number one. Number two, number two, Ronbo. I just heard a few callers back talking about how we should be worried about the Commanders and that, this is how they beat the Eagles and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, do the Eagles have Nick Bosa? Do the Eagles have the number one run defense? Do the Eagles? So I'm not worried about the Commanders. I'm really not.
They don't.
And didn't they trade Sweat, their other defensive end? I'm pretty sure he's not on the team.
No,
either.
Sweat's on the team. They were talking about him today on one network I was watching.
Oh.
They're kind of happy about having Sweat. Oh, Kyle talked about Sweat, actually.
Oh, okay. So they
Sweat,
still have him. I thought he got traded.
You know what though? I thought he was in New Orleans. So it's funny you say that because I said Sweat. I thought he was in New Orleans.
I think I just seen somebody with the name Sweat, and I thought that was the guy from Washington. That's probably why. And I was like, oh, okay.
He's over there waiting on us.
Okay, he's still.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're right though. Those guys are good, but they're not like Nick Bosa good. Bosa's a machine.
Right.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Another thing, Ronbo, it's good to hear you talk about Brock Purdy, though. I will say that because I remember, not to throw you under the bus or nothing, but I remember we would have conversations all the time about rookie quarterbacks. Do you remember those conversations, Ronbo? How you would always say, no, Joey, listen, Joey, no, you gotta have at least 2 or 3 years, and you gotta gel, you gotta,
Kyle's system,
you take time, yeah.
Brock Purdy's a freak. I'm telling you, man. The dude, Brock Purdy, and every rookie around the league wishes they could play like Brock Purdy in Kyle's offense, and he don't even know the people he's playing with. I mean, he knows them, but he don't know them like he does in the game situations. Purdy's out there dealing like he's been out there for, like Trent Williams said, plays like he's been out there for 15 years. I said, what? And then when we seen him, oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
So my apologies.
No, it's okay. Hey, I'm glad that you finally seen the light. Hey, I said rookie quarterbacks. Yeah. I said, Ronbo, my argument wasn't to argue with you. My argument was just that rookie quarterbacks aren't like they were back 20 years ago. Rookie quarterbacks are ready to go. They're a lot more. they're a lot more ready than you think. That was my whole point. And then your point was no. You gotta wait. And
Joey,
and here's
one in 10 or so, because a lot of them still suck.
I mean, Joe Burrow came out, went to Super Bowl second year.
Yeah, but look
Herbert
at Zach.
was Herbert.
Look at Zach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's definitely a lot that have not done good, but there's also a lot that have done good. Was my point.
I give them a ratio of at least 1 in 5 or 6 maximum, but most of them come out booty cheeks. Trevor Lawrence looks good. He looks better. You know what Trevor Lawrence does look like? Put on another team. Nice. Trevor Lawrence could be crazy good.
Okay. Another thing I want to talk to you about is I keep hearing all these people talking about seedings and how they want to win out and have this 10-game winning streak going into the playoffs. That's all great. That's all good and all.
Don't get hurt.
I don't want to do that, Ronbo.
How come?
I don't want our team to get hurt, bro. Like I ain't gonna be mad if they rest those players. And even if that costs us that number 2 seed, I would much rather be healthy going into the playoff with a healthy Debo, with a healthy quarterback, with everyone healthy. Like I would rather do that than get everyone hurt. And everyone I told that to, they're like, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. We got to get that number 2 seed." And I was like, "Yeah, but what cost?
It doesn't matter what seed you get.
What
happens?
Right?
What?
Let me ask you this, right? Because everyone wants 20 sacks for Nick Bosa. Yeah. Everyone wants 20 sacks for Nick Bosa, right? What if he tears an ACL? What if Bosa? I'm just saying, it could happen. It could happen. It could happen.
No, don't mention it. We're gonna be fine.
I don't want to mention it, but I'm saying,
and Shannon's gonna keep on a snap count anyway. I know. Well, it's always these teams are always.
I'm saying it's.
I mean, look at Jalen.
I'm saying if you push him.
Yeah, he's going to push himself. That's what's scary because Nick wants that 20 sacks guaranteed. You know.
I believe it, but I'm just saying that at what cost? So you don't want to push them too. All I'm saying is you don't want to push these guys too much, and then they get hurt.
You and I, fans would hate us because both of us are along the same way. Nick, no, don't go into the series. Come here. I want to talk to you for a second. You know. And the same with just about every other guy on that defense. We're up 21-0. Listen, let's go ahead and take the rest of the day off. What do you think, huh? You okay with that? Oh, come on, Coach. I'm 2 sacks away from 20. Nick, you know what? Come here. I just want to talk to you one more minute. You know, I'd do everything I could to get him to relax. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
But Joey, listen, we got to go.
No, I get it. No, that's fine.
I agree.
Ronbo, thank you for everything you do, man. Thank you for the show. Thank you for the platform. Thanks. Shout out to you. Shout out to production, man. Shout out to your whole team. Shout out to all the 49er faithful out there. Bang, bang, Niner gang all day, every day, 365, 24/7, red and gold, red and cold. All right, let's go.
Night, Joey. Great to hear from you. All right. And it's the return of the Nighthawk. Nighthawk!
Rambo, what's going on?
Oh, Nighthawk, you know what I'm saying. One of the best postseasons. I mean, Nighthawk, as I was just telling Joey, I can't remember the last time we went into the postseason chilling. Because, Nighthawk, you got 3 weeks. It doesn't matter what happens next. You're in. It's over. You're going to the playoffs with the number 3 seed. Not number 1 or 2.
Yeah, we got the number 1 defense, too. Don't forget the number 1 defense.
That's why they don't know it, but they could be resting.
Number 1 defense.
Yeah. Number 1 defense.
Whew. Number 1 defense.
And defense wins championships, Nighthawk. They always do.
Yeah, I hope Stephen A. Smith said something.
Ryan Reynolds too. Not Ryan Reynolds, but
he said that
Anderson.
He's so scary. He's like, they're so scary. They're like piranhas.
They do look like that. The 49ers swarm. Every time they take a man down, the dude gets beat. But sometimes one 49ers is holding him up as they beat him down into the ground like a nail into wood. I said, the 49ers are vicious on them tackles. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Even what's that guy name? It's Bosa and who's the other tackle? I can't get.
Ebicom.
I can't put him.
Ebicom. Ebicom.
Yeah.
Because he's got the most difficult name.
I can't get his name.
Ebicom. Listen,
He's a bad dude.
You got a whole bunch of fiends. You got Imanahu, Ebicom.
Yeah, Marahu. Yeah.
And Manahu.
Marahu.
Well, I knew he was going to be good this year. I like him last year. And now he knows what he's doing out there. I think he got hurt a little bit recently. But, yeah, Manahu, Ebicom, Drake Jackson. People are that rookie, he gets in sometimes. He is kind of, he makes things happen. This is his first year. Let me see what it looks like next year. But he ain't bad. You got Jordan Willis. We got dogs. Hawk, we got dogs. Endless amount of them.
Man, I'm so proud of that quarterback who we got last pick in the draft.
It's ridiculous, ain't it? Absolutely insane. I didn't know anything about him other than the fact he was drafted last. And why did y'all do that? And now look. Big Show. And Big Show, you got to explain. I bet you Big Show knew he was going to be that good.
Yeah, because sometimes, when you get the number one pick, you can be a dud.
Often. It's usually the case.
And then, look at Tom Brady. He didn't get picked till round 6.
Joe Montana was not a first-round pick. Russell Wilson wasn't a first-round pick. Aaron Rodgers was.
And Kaepernick was.
No.
Yeah, and Kaepernick.
Yeah. I mean, that list is long of guys that weren't picked in the first round that went on to be just famous. And the first-round picks, this is Joyce trying to tell me, that's why you're wrong, Ronbo, about first round, about rookie quarterbacks. Because a lot of them come in because the team's in trouble. And a bad team picks them up in the first round. Number 1 pick, Baker Mayfield. Now, what do you think about Baker Mayfield?
I don't care. He's still nobody.
He wasn't that way at Texas. And look at Kyler Murray with the number 1 selection. Okay. Even Jared Goff that year. Jared Goff taken with the number 1 selection. He's back now. He looks better. It took him a while, So,
Yeah, but like I said, I agree. But I want to make sure that we don't play because if we lose one game, I'm cool with it because we already made the playoffs. I don't care if we get the number 1, number 3. We stay at number 3 seed.
You could lose
because
out
if you
rest of the season.
Yeah, and if you lose your player, they might get injured. You might need them. You need all your players to be in that championship, and you can't lose one.
Because if you lose, you could lose one, but you better not lose the wrong one. You can't lose Fred Warner or Dre Greenlaw. You definitely cannot lose Nick Bosa. You can't lose Christian McCaffrey. You cannot lose George Kittle. And you damn sure can't lose Brock Purdy the way he's looking right now. Trent Williams, if he comes up with an ankle injury this year, I'm going to pass out. It's just really pivotal. We have players that have a lot to do with every game. Juice has to play. Even though he's that unsung hero, Juice has to play. Some of those runs we get, Nighthawk, you and I both know, Juice sprung that runner.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm tired of people saying about Philly. I want to play them so bad.
I do too, especially now that Jalen Hurts laying up hurt. It wasn't going to make any difference.
But no one gives the 49ers classic. They never give 49ers a hand. Nope. Oh, Philadelphia is better than 49ers. Okay. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. We're going to beat him
but
even
who
Jalen
cares?
Hurts didn't get hurt.
We are going to the playoffs.
And you know how we do in the playoffs? We don't go to the playoffs just to be going to the playoffs. We go off to win it all. Now, we messed up last year, but we was right there. The Rams, they're sorry ass. They finally found us in a position where they could get us. We were finally vulnerable for the first time in years. Now look at the Rams.
Yep.
Where my Rams at?
Man,
Y'all,
I know you got to go to the next quarter, but I'll be back
Friday.
Can you give me a shout out?
I can. Nighthawk, you ready? Nighthawk.
See you guys later. Nighthawk is out.
Fam, it's so good to hear from you on a regular basis again, Nighthawk. I'll see you Friday.
You too. Okay, bye-bye.
And wait, what we got here? So I did not show up last time. Finals are stressful, Ronbo. Go Niners. Oh, hey, I say Hayden Barry. Sorry, I did not show up last time. Finals are stressful, Ronbo. Go Niners, when I'm back. And with vengeance, go Purdy. Hashtag Big Brock. I'm not reading what you. I see that bird you got there. Hey, Charles, are you ready for us?
Yeah, go ahead, Ronbo.
Yeah, Charles, I'm in here. I don't know if anybody else is, because I ain't got no shame. Charles, we're 3 weeks in ahead. We need not be concerned about the playoffs. All we need to be concerned about is polishing up our game a little bit, get your starters in there for a few minutes. We need to go ahead and beat Washington, I guess. It would look good to say 11-5 we're 10 games. Well, I guess if we beat the Raiders, I don't even care about the Cardinals, but I'm delighted with Brock Purdy's growth as he's learning as he goes along here and getting better and looking sharper, even with a injury he's out there still dealing, which shows his mental toughness as well. And then Charles, you got the playoff picture, and Jalen Hurts has come up hurt at absolutely the wrong time. His injury could affect the entire playoff picture. But speak to me about this stuff.
Well, Romo, I love the fact that, we're on the road that we are on. And, man, I love it. I'm glad that, we've got 4 games left and 3 or 4 games left, and we're already in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. When was the last time that happened?
I just got through asking, and I don't remember. 2019, we had to play the Seahawks to get them for the wild card spot, so that wasn't it. 2012, do you remember what happened in 2012? Were we battling for that spot?
I don't remember. I don't know if we were battling for that spot, but I do know
3 weeks
that
in advance. I don't think.
Look, I do know this next game coming up against the Commanders. I know, Kyle Shanahan. There's some games that he most definitely shows up for, and that's playing against the Rams. That's playing against anybody that he has a history with, and he most definitely has the history with this organization.
Nasty history, exactly.
He's gonna show up. I'm telling you, we're gonna get a 40 burger.
He will run up the score. You're right. Not like the Hawks taking a knee in the fourth quarter.
He's gonna show up. Oh yeah, because he used to work for this organization, and then you know who else? You know who else wants a 40 burger?
Trent Williams.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he gonna be telling Brock Purdy, Brock, make sure you get enough sleep. I want to blow these boys out. I want 49 points against the Commanders.
I tell you,
and so
ain't gonna be taking no knee. If it's 30 seconds left, 20 seconds left, the 49ers are right on the 1 yard line, and looks like Kyle Shannon, they win it for the touchdown. They didn't take a knee. Oh, Shannon would send it with love to Daniel Snyder.
and you know who else we gonna get back? Oh my God! When we get this person back, Elijah Mitchell. When we get Elijah Mitchell back, oh my God! Elijah Mitchell is tough. I call him Emmitt Smith 2.0 because he is awesome, man. I just hate that he's as injured as he is, but man, this kid is awesome.
Always his knees.
Yeah. So when we'll probably get him back in another 2 weeks, man. When we get him back, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, he's, we need to nickname him the Rat because he can just find the holes.
He can tunnel in so low.
He can find the holes. He can get through stuff that, I think he's about 5'10", but when he runs like he's like 5'8". He can just get through it.
He's like, remember how Frank Gore used to look like an alligator coming through there?
Oh, yeah.
Down so low on the ground?
yes. That's how he is, man.
Frank,
but he's more powerful. But he's more powerful than Frank Gore, man. I can't wait for him to come back. But then they don't even want to play the rookie,
Jordan Mason,
the rookie running back, Mason. I'm like, what's man? Especially after the run that he had the last game. Oh my God, that was awesome. The last play of the game, he almost gets a touchdown, and we take a knee and we in the game. Man, that guy is awesome, and he's much bigger than Mitchell. He's got to be
the
what
biggest running back we've had for a long time. TDP, that other running back we just drafted, that's a big kid too. But Kyle
but
is
it seems like Mason is bigger than him.
I got to look again because I don't know the height and weight on these guys. You're right, Mason is huge, but TDP's not little, so I don't know.
Yeah,
which one's the biggest?
Yeah, but maybe his hands a little because he's fumble prone.
Is that why?
That boy.
Maybe that's why he's not getting any playing time.
Well, that's why he's not getting any playing time because he fumbled. I think he fumbled the last time he played, and he's been in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse ever since.
I know. Once you get put in there,
he's been Dante Pettis ever since, man.
You bring up Don P. I mean, that's cold. You know what, though? We're going to run the ball a lot this weekend. So, Kyle, if he hasn't lost his mind completely when it comes to this team, because you know how he wants to hurt these guys so bad, he's got to learn to pace CMC. Kyle, you get Jordan Mason. He will hurt them. He will hurt them. Let him run it, Because you get him in a rhythm, there's no telling how good he might be, fam.
And I think McCaffrey's 200 pounds. I mean, he's got to be 15 to 20 pounds heavier than McCaffrey. That's who we need to be sending up the middle.
Yeah. I got all kinds of things I could do with McCaffrey that don't call for him running between the tackles. Even I can come up with a bunch of plays for McCaffrey. I can put him in a slot. I'll put him in the backfield. I'm doing everything but putting him. I put him on the edge. McCaffrey's made plays out there already this year. You don't have to run him between the tackles when you got somebody like Jordan Mason. Let Mason beat those people up the middle, and he will.
And then when we get Debo back, man, it's gonna be my. Dude, it's man, and the thing about it is that we have a quarterback that is not afraid to throw it down the field, and that makes me happy. He might not always throw it down the field, but at least he's not afraid to. And so I'm ecstatic, man. I'm so happy.
And he's accurate. He's accurate. For midfield Shanahan plays. So we're in good shape with him. He's quick.
Man, this kid is a rookie.
Yeah, let's see that.
I mean, this is he's going into his fourth game as a.
He didn't even start at the beginning of the season. I know. But that's a good thing, and that's why he is like he is. Charles, he's been working against the best defense in the league all season long. So what he's seeing out there now, week to week, these last few weeks, that is nothing compared to what Fred. And you know how Fred Warner is. Fred's out there beating your quarterback up, talking trash. Remember how Fred and Trey were getting into it? Because Fred, sometimes he just gets a little too disrespectful. Fred, what's Fred? Listen, Charles, we gotta go though, fam. Let me. I'll see you Friday. Hope you got some time. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to chime in.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, Charles.
All right.
Have a good night. Bye. Yo, hey, Bill.
Hey, Ronbo, what's up?
Bill, I'm just, delighted. Unlike the Dallas Cowboys, your favorite team, we can say right now that the playoffs we're in. Dallas has got to beat the Eagles this week for a better place in the seeding. They also have to see what's wrong with Dak Prescott because there's definitely something wrong with him. They've got number 2 receivers only, and that offensive line isn't legendary as it used to be. Bill, it's just a wonderful world when the Hawks are meat. The Cowboys are struggling. The Rams look like an embarrassment. I mean, Bill, I can't remember the last time I was feeling this good. And the Raiders look like trash. Oh, my God, my world is so complete.
Ronbo, I don't think the Cowboys are beating the Eagles this Sunday. I don't think they're even going to get past the wild card. I don't think we're even going to see them in the NFC Championship. I think that they're going to fold up. They're not going to meet us. They're going to lose to the Commanders in the playoffs. Oh, wow.
Or the Eagles. Watch out for the Eagles. Don Bird may finally be bothering us a lot more soon. We'll see.
Yeah, it's straight comedy. It's going downhill for them, and I just have to say, it's a good day. I do agree, and they're going to have a really bad time.
That serves them right.
And it's funny.
It is. It's hilarious. I'm delighted. If they would have lost, if they just could have lost to the Texans, they squeezed out of that one, but they didn't squeeze out this past week, did they? Yes, indeed. Oh, God. Anyway, it's just a wonderful world. The air smells better. Cheesecake tastes even better. Oh, God. Bill, you got Brock Purdy now. Now he's about to make history if he can run the board here. Mr. Irrelevant is where his history starts. The movie is already being written. I'm sure writers all over Hollywood are starting. Oh, Jesus Christ! Get this going right now, and I can finish the final chapter a little later. But I'm going to produce this and get it done right now. I got a 90-minute movie already ready to roll. Hey, and Bill, if you were going to have Brock Purdy, somebody play the Brock Purdy role in any movie, who would it be?
Johnny Depp.
Hey, Marty McFly.
No,
wait.
Johnny Depp. I would have Johnny Depp play the role of Roger Goodell, make it in a comedy moment.
Yeah. Wait a minute, chat. Help me out. What is Back to the Future? What's his name? But he's got a condition right now. He couldn't play it anyway. He got a little too old anyway. But Marty McFly was played by who?
Fox.
You know what I'm talking about, right? He looks like Marty McFly. You know what? I may give him that name. If he starts really flying like, oh, Jesus, Marty McFly has done it again. He looks like a little kid, Bill. He looks like he's about 14. And he's out there doing the things he's doing. I am amazed with him, actually.
Right.
So.
It would be comedy. I really don't know. I'll have to get back with you on that. Look at some good actors, and we can't be calling it.
Yeah, it isn't over yet. But we gotta wait.
Yeah, because it's not over, but the music is about to begin, and
you can tell, right?
Who knows? The Eagles could fold up, and there could be injuries on the Cowboys where they end up crumbling the rest of their games. So,
Chris has Rick Moranis. You know what? The Cowboys are putting themselves in trouble right now. If the Cowboys have to play somebody like the Eagles, and the Vikings are laying for them after what they did to them, Michael J. Fox. Thanks to Nick to the accent, Michael J. Fox. Michael, he would have been perfect. But see, the Cowboys are in a position where we can all sit back and watch them totally turn to dust. And Jerry Jones, keep an eye on what's going on in Texas news, Bill. If you hear anything comical, bring it to the table so we can all have a good laugh.
Yeah, for sure.
I tell you, it's just a wonderful season. And it could end well with us. Because, Bill, if we pick up ring number 6, the monkey's off our back. And do you realize we're in a position we can repeat? All we got to do is re-sign Nick Bosa. We got most of our guys under contract. Mike McGlinchey's looking good. I don't mind. Right now, the way McGlinchey looks, if he's going to continue to play like this, Bill, I'm re-signing Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's going to look beautiful.
I love it, Mr. Block Ice. Brock to the future. Yeah, and because Debo and McCaffrey, I mean, those guys, I think we got to sign. I don't know what we're going to do with McCaffrey's contract. But we got most of those guys are blue chip players. All of our core is like still intact. Offensive linemen I need to sign. Oh, man. Rookies like Burford, Hanson. I mean, Aaron. You know what? Trent Williams, I think we got him for at least another year or two. You know what? The Rams are already talking about, yeah, we're going to rise from the dust like a phoenix from the ashes. Yeah. You guys are going to get some water poured on them ashes, too. They ain't coming back. Not for a while. They haven't got any draft picks. They've got no money. They're over. They got a cap situation going on. Bill, this is the price of reckless building and trying to get a Super Bowl. There's no sustainability on building a foolish roster like that. I love it. Oh, Bill, you have anything else you want to add? We got to go.
Give me a 49er shout out. Wait for the music to begin and the Cowboys to start crying. The Cowboy fans and the meltdowns to start happening. It's going to be so great.
To be Cowboys. There's anything better than watching them be killed on a weekly basis. Bill, are you ready? Niners! Bill!
Thank you.
I'll see you Friday.
Okay.
Night, fam. Gabriel, what would make you think that I'm drinking? Well, hey, Gabriel, you know, I'm really thinking about doing for the playoff games. Every game, every time we get a touchdown, I'm gonna have a bottle of tequila, and I'm not thinking Cuervo. I want to get something real tequila. I want the worm still wiggling around at the bottom of the bottle. I'm talking real tequila. And every time the 49ers score a touchdown,
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, I'm getting my tequila celebration ready for the playoffs. I'm not doing it for every game between now and then, but I was joking, but I think I'm really going to do it. I'd be singing. Dun, 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 dun,
Tequila.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Oh, I love that idea. Hey, Chris Hansen wants you to close that door. Where's Bethel? That door. We gotta have that door.
There's actually a funny thing is that right now the Rams are tied for the worst record in Super Bowl history, and if they lose one more, if they lose one more game,
4-11,
they're gonna actually be the first ones to have the most horrible record in the NFL. They're tied with Denver right now for the most losses after a Super Bowl.
Who do they play this week?
Oh shit!
You know what? Go ahead, because I'm gonna search it right now.
All right. Yeah, because a lot of good things about Brock Purdy is that what's one thing that we will get mad about Jimmy not doing? He was always looking at the right receiver, and he wouldn't look away. Brock Purdy does that. Brock Purdy looks away and gets the defender to go that way, and then he goes back to where he was gonna throw it at, and gets a complete pass. He knows how to manipulate the defense with his eyes.
He is definitely special. See, they just lost to the Packers. And Bethel, you just mentioned having a worse record to the Broncos. They play the Broncos Monday night.
Oh, yeah, they do.
and then they play the Chargers. Do you know the Chargers are going to beat them through the dirt and into hell?
Yeah, because they want to get to the playoffs.
And the Seahawks are going to be all pissed off because they got eliminated. By then, I figure the Seahawks will be out of it by the Lions.
Yeah.
This is such a wonderful season. I'm never going to forget 2022. This is one good time as far as the other teams. And if the Raiders hit rock bottom, God, my world will be complete. Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Yeah,
But Bethel, go ahead.
And then, there's a lot of good things that, are happening for Purdy. And he does a lot of good things. And, one thing that, that you like to see is confidence on a rookie.
Boy, he's got that.
And
buckets of it.
Yeah, he does.
It's frightening.
Yeah. And, that's, and these are the kind of things that Trey Lance could learn from Brock Purdy, because he's seen it out in the field. He's seen what he's doing, and, one thing that, we didn't like about, Trey, that he will hesitate and then he'll throw it and he'll kind of, either overthrow it or something. But if he sees Brock Purdy, just, okay, I see my guy, throw it.
Commit.
And that would probably give him the confidence, to throw it when he sees a man open. So
yeah, because the windows close fast. That you do have to. You make a decision, you got to go with it. So and you can't be afraid to throw an INT. See, that's the thing. That's the difference. A lot of quarterbacks have that problem when they throw it. If you're going to throw it. Now you got to run because you're scared to throw it. So you get yourself into trouble in that.
Yeah.
A lot of quarterbacks do that. So yeah.
And I barely remembered. Jalen Hurts said that he's going to play against the Cowboys. So, he's not gonna step out any game.
Oh, Cowboys. Love
and one thing, remember when we criticized Kyle for, doing something reckless? The coach of the Eagles ran Jalen Hurts 17 times and only gave it to his running back 5 times. And his running back is heading for 1,000-yard season.
Mm.
So
and that's why Lamar Jackson is hurt. Quarterbacks are not supposed to run when they need to. Otherwise, use your weapon.
Yes.
That's the best way, because you're going to stay out in the field a little bit longer. At least you got a chance. If you're out there taking hits, you know what else is lucky, Bethel? Just what's his name over in Buffalo? My God, he's getting he runs right into those tacklers. He never slides.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna get lit up one of these times.
Yeah, and hopefully, it doesn't happen, but it's when
you're playing
going
a percentage
up
is the
against
odds.
these, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Oh, and also you said who swept the division last year, because that division is so sorry, it's so crappy, that actually the Dallas Cowgirls swept the division last year, and that's when we beat their ass.
Nobody beat them.
Yeah, but we beat their ass.
I know.
We beat their ass, and there's a number one offense, and yeah. So it doesn't mean really.
I've always said Tom Brady had the same luxury for all those years in the AFC North, and the Cowboys and NFC East have been feasting on that division forever. Now all of a sudden you got one team that's pretty good. They're pretty good, and now the Cowboys can't beat them. See, that's the way it should have been like that all the time.
Yeah.
The Cowboys have never been all they've been rated to be. They've proven that. God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, they.
Bethel, we got to go though. Let me. I'll see you Friday. Bring that score and your reason for it. Okay.
All right, Ronbo. Like always, hit the like and let's go Niners.
Thanks, Bethel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
See you Friday. Oh God. Oh, Levi. You know, people would say had your name, Levi.
What's up, Ronbo? I'm surprised. I didn't know you was doing a string today. I was just scouring YouTube, and I just saw you were up.
Yeah, I was, because I got something I want to do. Well, I have to do it, should I say? Whenever I'm not talking football, if I'm leaving, it's because I have to. So I got something I have to do tomorrow. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and get ready for Friday. So I had to get away tonight. But and I did say I'd be back midweek. So I didn't know which day though, Tuesday or Wednesday. What are you thinking?
Oh, okay.
We're talking about Brock Purdy, the legend builds. Because if Brock goes and wins another game, that's 4 in a row. And, we got to give him some love then. And also the playoff picture and how Jalen Hurts Who said, man, y'all tripping. I'm playing against the Cowboys, man. Stop telling people I'm hurt. You know? Your name is Hurt. That's why he said Hurt. You think I'm playing with you? You know?
Okay, well, I mean, he can go out there and play. Well, I don't really care. I mean, he can go out there and play, and depending on, how hurt he actually is, he goes out there and get hurt, and then
bam!
And then there's one less team for us to worry about.
And that's the truth. Because if he gets hurt, the team's done.
And we already know that they put it on that he's like half of his game, at least 1/3. Even if you're being generous, you'll say at least 1/3 of his game is running the ball, which means that you're going to take more hits. And now that the players know that you
hurt,
your shoulder is messed up.
Hit you high.
Don't be surprised if people be trying to hit you in that thing, and you're going to get the Cowboys.
Yep. The only team worse than
so
them
don't
is
be
the Hawks.
surprised they be aiming for your injury.
So go ahead, run out there.
Yeah. So I mean, and the Cowboys want to win. I mean, they've been always saying that the Cowboys might have been only looking at this game and whatever. So
yeah,
you might get the best version of the Cowboys in that game.
Whatever that is, because they are a different team every week.
Well, when the Cowboys actually play smart, I think the biggest issue with the Cowboys is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott refuses to play his optimal game. His optimal game, like they say, if he throws less than 25 passes, they focus on their run game, they win. But Dak Prescott, he want to show everybody he's an elite quarterback. He want to say that he deserves to be an elite quarterback
and
instead
get paid
of you'll be elite if you play the game, you learn, and you just understand this is what I am. Dak Prescott refuses to look in the mirror and say this is my limit. And because he won't, he's going to continue to cost games. Like that Jaguars game, they could have won that game.
I don't know what Dak was doing in that overtime play, though.
Overtime.
That was like rookie-ish as I've ever seen. You know what?
Yeah. So
you ever hear Dak in an interview? Dak does think he's all that. He really does.
I know. You saw what he said about his backup quarterback that one time. Oh yeah, we're gonna get real explosive. They got explosive now.
See,
they get explosive positively and explosive negatively.
That was uncalled for. Dak, that dude is on your team. See, this is what I like about the 49ers. Our locker room, they all give each other support and lots of love. Dak was out of line. That was stupid. Now look at it.
I'm glad you came around to that because I still remember last year when Jaquisa Tart came in and when our players were trying to console him and be a good teammate, you guys were criticizing the team saying they need to be like Ramsey. They need to be yelling at him and getting in his ear. You suck. You need to play that. I'm be all in the
I didn't do that.
Why he's down.
I just felt bad.
No,
that
that's how y'all was saying. Y'all said y'all need to yell at the players.
Y'all means everybody. I wasn't in that. I wasn't happy that he dropped it.
No, I heard you, Ronbo. You
ain't got no
proof.
You
was along with it. You might need a review. Pull up those NFC Championship tape. And you'll say, "Oh, dang! I was kind of supporting yelling at your players when they're not playing well."
Listen, I did get on him. I didn't get vicious though, and I did get on Jimmy Ward.
But you wanted them to be kind of.
I didn't want him to get cussed
aggressive.
out. I got on Jimmy Ward too. Jimmy Ward could have got his revenge some other time. They was already driving. They got down the field, and Ward went and got even with OBJ. Okay, Jimmy, good for you. 15 yards. He gets moved up. Okay. Oh man.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like when your teammate plays bad and you go there yelling at his face. Not being overly aggressive in the field. Obviously, we gonna always discourage our players from like taking the play too far and getting a penalty. But I'm just talking about as a teammate, like you wanna, because usually the teammates they play bad, they go over there, they pat him on the shoulder, say it's gonna be all right.
Fred was over there trying to talk to him. Yeah, they take care of
but
each
y'all
other.
was criticizing him. Y'all need to yell at him.
Come on, Levi.
I'm like, no.
You go, oh, man. Come on, Levi will make it. Now all of us have to feel bad now. Levi done called us out. Put us on blast.
Yeah, man. Y'all got to be. I appreciate the way the 49ers do business. And you know who else I appreciate? Kyle Shanahan.
How come?
Because remember Mooney Ward, when he came out, I think I heard a report that from Cutback, they said that the medical staff said, he's clear to go back in.
Oh, yeah.
But guess what? Kyle Shanahan wasn't Mike McDaniel. He didn't say, okay, well, I trust your all opinion. He said, wait a minute, you don't look too right. Mooney, stay on the bench. You're too important to the team.
Yeah.
And guess what? You found out he was on the concussion protocol.
See.
And the next day.
Didn't
so
Dante
Kyle
Johnson,
Shanahan is thinking about the team.
his players. Hey, did Dante Johnson
Yeah, he
go
cares
in
about
for
his players.
Did Dante go in for him? Because Dante goes in and gets an ACL tear.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, some players gonna get hurt. It's part of the game.
Inevitable.
The thing is that he had a concussion, which is a little bit more severe, and
it can kill you.
And putting them out there.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, and one more thing about Kyle Shanahan. He said that he's been on teams about resting players. I mean, like resting players and holding them out, and then they get in the playoffs to get rusty. And then we go in there and we be wondering, why we lose the game? How do we lose to them? And we were resting the players. Kyle Shanahan said, okay, I'm going to listen to y'all guys. And we rest the players. And then the players, they ain't in that game. They kind of
I feel like we're all
kind of nervous today.
I feel like we're all in court with you tonight. And you bringing up Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
Sometimes,
but it's good. That's what this is all about.
But sometimes I think people just take it wrong. Like, you got to have a balance. I want Kyle Shanahan to be more balanced. I want him to use Jordan Mason more, just like everybody else. But
we got to go, fam.
Don't hate on Kyle.
We're going to stop just because you said
as long as Kyle Shanahan is making a given position to win a game, this team is as great as it is.
See, I told you production will not let us get away with that. Hey, Chris. Levi kills me.
Hello?
Chris, come on in.
Am I on?
Yes, you are definitely on, Chris. Chris, you know, come on in here, and we're talking about Brock Purdy. The legend of story continues. And we're also, and you know, it's so funny because as you mention and put the spotlight on Brock Purdy, there's a larger light even on his surrounding cast. You see, Brock Purdy, his world would not look like this without that offense he's got, and they don't get enough love either, and that now legendary defense that isn't even through talking about, they're still writing their story yet. And then if you look at the playoff picture and how the Eagles may actually change the whole – everything may change with that Eagles team if they're not healthy. So what are you thinking?
I'm not worried about nobody. That's simple. But I do have a hit list though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I need the Giants.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna get the Cowboys. They're not gonna make it to the second round.
Because we're definitely not gonna see. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love insulting the Cowboys. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take the Giants. We owe them. And I need the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we good.
Yeah.
I told you, Purdy is baby Steve Young.
You know, I'm glad that you said the Chiefs too, because you know what? People say, now the 49ers will be lucky if the Chiefs get knocked off and all they have to do is deal with the Bills. And when I'm watching, I'm saying, say what? What are you saying?
Yeah, that's going. The Chiefs are always going to be a hard out.
I said, man, y'all understand? They got us when we was like coming out of the shower with no towel. I mean, I had like Travarius Ward was coming off a hamstring, but he could not avoid. He wanted to play in that game. He had to play. I got. I think Nick Bosa was coming off a hamstring as well. Jimmy Ward is out. You know, there was a lot of things that needed to be done. The 49ers needed to be a little more healthier. And that play, Chris, remember that play? What's that run? That wide receiver they got? They ran that same play on us 3 times.
Oh, the screen where they got, you talking about them 3rd and 20 and stuff?
Yeah, that wide receiver, the fast one, that ran that same play. And Nick sat there on that last one and like the whole
you talking about that fly sweep or whatever.
Yeah. I says, now run that fly sweep today. You know, I know the Niners will never be. Man, you see Fred take that dude and put him all the way up in the bleachers. Because I know an antidote for that. But the 49ers just got caught flat-footed by that. Andy Reid got you. Okay. But not 3 times. I think the Niners didn't believe they'd do that over and over again, and they got caught sleeping, you know? But I want to play them.
Ronbo, so this year has been
crazy. Just the NFL. You've seen a lot of first-time things that you haven't seen, right?
True.
Over the past years, like we just saw the first 2 years ago with the Bucks, the first team win the Super Bowl that hosted it.
Yeah, and then the Rams did.
So so I'm just browsing on YouTube, and I just click on some random guy's channel, and he's talking football.
Mm.
He's an Eagles fan, so he invites me on, and I'm talking to other guys, and everybody has their own team that they like, and the host is going down asking, like, do you have any concerns about your team? And I was like, no, I don't have any concerns, and then all of them try to gang up on me like, oh, he's a third string quarterback, he's a 7th round pick. It's impossible for him to win the Super Bowl. But yet they turned around and told me to watch out for the Lions. They told me anything is possible. The Lions can win the Super Bowl. And I'm like, the Lions that haven't even sniffed an NFC championship, the Lions that have not done nothing. I'm not worried about no Lions.
History.
The Lions.
Yeah, no.
Nothing in history. So you just told me anything is possible, but you're telling me a third-string quarterback that started all 4 years in college that looks like a vet right now with a stacked team can't win the Super Bowl. Y'all get out of here with that.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions, come on, man.
And Chris, what we could all hang our hat on this year? We lost the 2019 Super Bowl, and even though that pass Jimmy missed was one thing, but here's another thing. The 49ers never all year gave up over 10 points in 4 or 5 minutes. It just never happened. Now this year, because we had a lead then. This year, if the 49ers pull out to a lead, you notice what we do to teams now? If they don't catch us in the first half, they can just forget about it in the second half, right? So this is why I said, you know what? The difference between this team and any team we've had in a long time, if you fail to score in the first quarter, you're probably in trouble because that means the 49ers got your number. In the offense we got just the right guys to get just enough points because that offense we got, they're seasoned. They've been together for a while. And even though Brock Purdy has not been together with him, he comes in, he could get an Oscar for acting like he's been with him for a long time because he's just wailing and dealing out there. And I
know. Kyle Shanahan, he better not take his foot off the gas. He better keep running that score up every game.
He's learned, and he's heard about that, and he actually would. But if they get in the Super Bowl this time and they start running the score up, and they get to 30 points, 25, 27, 28, and it's 27-3 or something to 10, game over. It really is. I have full faith in that, but they got to do that first. After that, let Fred and company take over. Man, that's it. It's over. It's done. I don't care who you are, what team you got. That 49er defense is serious.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm not worried about no team. I ain't worried. Even if Jalen Hurts plays, I'm not worried about it. All I need is D'Amico understand what that offense is.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch the quarterback.
Yeah, because the Eagles, they depend on him way more than they need to. So if you're going to win, that Jalen Hurts better be real healthy all the way from here to the playoffs or goodbye, birds. Woo! All right, fam.
Ronbo.
Yeah.
Real quick, who is this Brisk guy in the chat?
I don't know.
Is his avatar? Is that a Bears fan I'm looking at?
It looks. I see a green. Looks like a green pistol. I don't know. I have no idea. I've seen that before.
Yeah, he might be a Bears. Yeah, he a Bears fan. They still up there playing backyard football, Ronbo. They're not in the NFL. They still up there playing backyard football. They're happy over Justin Fields playing backyard football.
And Brees is out there calling everybody that's messing with the Cowboys. I've seen him in there before because I see that green pistol.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm going to see you. I tell you what, looking for you on Friday. Hope you got some time for us, all right?
All right, man.
All right.
Have a good one, Ronbo.
You too, fam. All right. This is Brees. Brees, I've seen you in there before. I always wondered, what is up with the green pistol? Is that a Lance fan talking mad that he's a boy? We get all
Listen, Ronbo,
he came to the wrong place. Hey, Hayden, come on in.
Listen, this guy better keep his mouth shut because he's gonna get attacked in 2.5 seconds if he doesn't keep his mouth shut. I'm telling you that right now, Ronbo.
He doesn't know how things work around here. I've seen him in here before though. But Hayden,
I don't think he knows how things work around here. I'll clean him up real quick.
Please do.
Don't worry about that, Ronbo. Anyways.
Yeah. Go ahead. What are you thinking about? And we've been talking about Brock tonight, and in the playoff picture.
Yeah, the legend of Brock.
Yeah.
Purdy continues to grow.
I wonder what the movie title would be.
That's the best title I think you've ever had, and it is true. The legend of Brock. That is true.
It is. Every week we're seeing.
It's so crazy how a guy who I remember when Jimmy went down, I was like, oh, season's over.
It looks scary.
And then, but I was right because I told you after the same game, hey, why did he go down, start screaming and pulling at his ankle?
Wait, say it again.
Remember I told you, yeah, against the Saints, he was like pulling at his ankle when he like got hit one time. Remember, we all got freaked out that he got injured.
Was that the Saints? Because that one guy that was pulling on his leg, was that the Saints? Yeah, it was. I remember it was the Saints. Yeah, and sure enough, that was like he dodged the bullet that time. You know that movie where the what's that one with the plane that goes up and crashes, and the people who missed the flight thought they escaped death. And the whole movie's about them getting killed in other ways. That's Jimmy escaped death against that night, and then he got killed the next week. Damn.
God. I know.
Flight what?
But anyway, Ronbo, I'm telling you right now, the only team I'm worried about is the Chiefs because Mahomes is he could I don't understand how he does it. He'll just randomly flip the ball. He could probably flip it underneath his legs and score a touchdown 80 yards. I'm like, how does he do it? Sometimes I'm
passes. I saw
I don't know how he does it.
Last week, and he got away with that. And like you said, he was under extreme heat when he got rid of that ball. He was about to get taken out, and he just flips it over and happened to have a receiver.
That's my one thing about the Niners. I feel like sometimes they over pressure the quarterback. And they won't have a QB spy sometimes, and they'll always run that's how Russell would beat us always. He would always whenever we would get tired in the fourth quarter, run down the middle of the field, and that's 20 yards right there. Every time. And I just don't get it how they would not figure out. Oh, in the fourth quarter when we're tired, maybe have a QB spy.
Final Destination. Go ahead. That's the name of that movie. Yeah, I know. And every time you run up the middle, I say, Niners, this is a routine that needs to be stopped. You guys, Russ stood there and waited for you to do it as if it was rehearsed. My God, why did we do that?
I'm just glad Russell's gone now, honestly.
You and me both.
When he got traded, I was like, thank you, Jesus.
I know. It scared me to death. Every time we played him, I knew.
And now, I don't think Jesus is wearing a Denver Broncos jersey.
No, like he claimed. Oh, he was so rude to make that statement.
I can't believe. I forgot. He probably got attacked by a lot of Christians, I would bet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nobody appreciates that kind of talk.
For sure.
Yeah, because some people are fanatics about that, So, of course,
Jesus wore the Seahawks. I still cannot believe that interview. Jesus wore the Seahawks jersey. This guy.
I'm going to ask Russ, what kind of jersey is Jesus wearing now? You clown. See, you know what, Russ? This is good. And the Lord said, you'll be damned. I'll send you to the coolest place in the area.
He went from a team who had a good wide receiver core and terrible O-line to a team that has a terrible wide receiver core and no O-line. It's where he went to the lesser version.
Jerry Jeudy, he had to cut some first-round picks, wide receivers. That was Russ.
I know Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy is a bust. Besides route running, he cannot catch the ball at all.
Don't they have? They've got one other guy that's been there for a while before Russ got
It's
there.
so weird. It's like he went to a lesser version of the Seahawks. No line. And then you have that one good wide receiver, and then the good defense.
Because their defense is not bad.
The defense is legit. I'll be honest.
And they remember that guy that let Russ know it on the sideline in front of everybody, including his God and everybody. The guy came back and yelled something at Russ. That was a defensive lineman. Russ just sitting there looking like, what? I think, well, we care. So somebody, Russ made to try to make a speech in the locker room. You guys got to care. If you care, we can win this game. But you got to play like you care. If he did that speech, which I could see Russ doing, because he got in a lot of trouble in Seattle by saying some of the things he said to those guys. And the guy wouldn't let him know. I said, Russ, you need to take
Oh, and one
classes.
thing, I got to call Grant Cohn. This guy, he makes a okay. Sometimes, it's like his takes are stupid. George Kittle wore a T-shirt, right, that said "Feels great, baby," and the whole Jimmy Garoppolo thing after the Brock Purdy win. He was like, "Oh, he must be thinking that he wants Jimmy back. He doesn't like Purdy." Oh my God! I'm like, dude, you're a fool, bro.
Oh God, that's just.
He said. And then he was like, "Oh, why was he rude to Purdy?" Dude, they were joking around. Oh my God, this guy is like
George
the ultimate detective.
George and Jimmy have been close forever. There's nothing unusual between that relationship.
It's like if you're Grant Cohn, if you're best friends with someone, and it doesn't mean you can't still support the guy. It's like, God,
George is going to do his job.
Yeah,
he said something good about Purdy today too.
Yeah, he might not be with Jimmy's not going to be here next year. We all know that, unless something crazy happens. He's still going to support the guy. It's like he still loves TJ Beathard. I mean, come on, bro.
Well, fam, we're gonna go. And I tell you what, Friday, you know how we do. In this particular week, we're just getting ready for the Saturday game. So
we're gonna blow out the Commanders. It doesn't matter if John Johnson starts. If they start, it's the Commanders. They lost the Giants, who are frauds, straight frauds.
They did lose that game, didn't they? Yeah.
Frauds.
What's his name? Went wild on him at the end. Saquon. He did it. He said.
I do like Heineke though. I do like him a lot. I like Heineke.
Heineke is.
I respect him for coming out there because I remember everyone was like, "Oh, well now." When Alex Smith got injured, they were like, "Oh, well, the game's over," and that was close.
I've got respect for him, but just don't tell me that him and Brock Purdy are the same. That they're two different quarterbacks. They may be the same size.
No.
But yeah,
no. I just respect for him for going toe to toe with Tom Brady. That's all.
There you go. All right, Hayden. I'll see you Friday. All right, man. Have a great night.
Bye.
And hey, Tony, come on in, Tony.
Ronbo, good evening.
Good evening, Tony. Well, Tony, there's so much fun going on around the league. And Tony, I still want to see you guys pull out that division. I know what you were saying the other day because of division records, but records are records if you got enough wins and you only need 8. Because I don't believe Tom is going to get there.
Shot.
We
still got a shot, but Carolina's looking good, Ronbo. To be honest, out of the team, all the teams in that division.
They've come out of nowhere. What's that? Yeah. That coach, he's got them working.
He used to coach Arizona, didn't he? For 1 year, they didn't give him a chance.
Yes, that's where he's from. He's from Arizona.
Yeah, they might hire him.
Have I seen him in the last few years?
Steve something. Steve, I can't think of his last name, Ronbo.
Oh, I can't think of it either. But I know we all know who he is because you've seen him on the sideline. He's a familiar face. And
yes,
like you mentioned,
Carolina plays at home against. Carolina plays Detroit this Saturday. Ronbo, they moved the games from Sunday to Saturday because of Christmas, including y'all's game. We were already playing Saturday.
Yeah.
There's only 3 games on Sunday.
But that's Sunday. People, guys, people are going to be watching Sunday Night Football. Everything has to be at night, though. They should start all those games late. Because,
Tampa Bay plays Sunday night.
Yeah. And I don't know why.
But they moved
of all teams, Tampa playing Sunday night is comical.
Yeah. But, Ronbo, it was something that we forgot to talk about. I didn't talk to you about when you had your show on Sunday.
Go ahead.
And that is, how about them Cowboys?
I know where Tony was going.
I said Jacksonville was going to beat them. I knew it.
I do remember you saying that.
Jacksonville is just like Detroit in the AFC. They're gonna be good next year.
Yep. You know,
and that's
why I said something good about Trevor. Hadn't been paying attention to him until that highlight.
Yep. Foye Oluokun, our former inside linebacker with the Falcons, who led the league in tackles last year, is leading the league in tackles this year in Jacksonville.
Why is he in Jacksonville? What happened there?
He was an unrestricted free agent, Ronbo. He's getting
we got big bucks.
like $12 million a year. Yeah, $12 million. And you know they played Christian Kirk. They're about to lose Marvin Jones, so their number 2, number 3 receiver. His contract is up, but they just traded for Calvin Ridley. He's gonna replace Marvin Jones next year.
Wait,
they're gonna be good.
Oh no, who is it? I just realized. Who did you have that got caught gambling on betting on this?
Calvin Ridley.
That's what I thought. Ridley went. Where did he go?
Yep.
Where did they trade him to?
Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Yep.
You know what that means? That's Trent Baalke.
Marvin Jones.
Oh, yep. That's Trent Baalke with the wheeling and dealing, huh? It's about time, Trent.
Oh, and Ronbo, go ahead, sir.
I say, this is like these teams. When I look at Jacksonville, and like you're saying, they're coming on. When you look at Detroit, and honestly, people need to don't laugh at Detroit. That team, I don't know what's going on there, but I do know they've done a 180-degree turnaround. They've completely. I don't know what's going on.
Jared Goff is balling. Jared Goff, and you know, Ronbo, they got one of the top 5 offensive lines.
See, that's it right there. That's it right there.
They got good defense, and thanks to the same old sorry-ass Rams, Detroit not only has their first-round pick later in the first round, they're going to be picking in the top 5.
God. Thank you, Rams, for running the most ignorant organizations on the planet. God. What is that?
Yes, sir. Oh. And Denver's right behind Rams because Denver got Seattle's got Denver's picking. Denver's bad, Ronbo.
Who's going to be
Seattle's
coaching?
going to be picking 4.
Give me a coaches. Who's going to Denver to coach next year? Who's probably going to Las Vegas next year? And who's going to the Chargers? Because I think the Chargers.
Chargers.
You're pretty sure Sean's going there. What about the Raiders and the Broncos?
Ronbo, and I liked him the Falcons fans get on me. Remember Dan Quinn, our head coach that took us to the Super Bowl? He's the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He's gonna get one of those jobs. He's gonna get one. I think maybe the Denver job, but I don't know if they're gonna hire a defensive coach.
And you're right. Teams nowadays. This is why I know it's selfish. But I think D'Amico, depending on how many positions are open and how many offensive-minded coaches are available, 49ers fans, we want to keep D'Amico for the next 5 years if we can. It's wrong for us to think that way, but D'Amico, that boy can coach a defense. I want him to get paid, just like some of his head coaches do around the league. Oh, he's brilliant, and he fires his people up.
Mm-hmm. Because some of mainstream media are criticizing the Jets for not hiring an offensive coach when they hired George Sauer. That's the reason why Wilson is struggling. But that ain't the reason.
He's got a bad attitude. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to.
He has some stuff against Detroit, but he didn't put that many points on the board. He's got weapons. He's got receivers. So, I don't know. Because Garrett Wilson's having an outstanding rookie year. But, Ronbo, there's a historic comparison to your team this year.
What's that?
I don't know if you remember this. I'm going way back in history now. The 1983 San Francisco 49ers that won the NFC West. They were 10-6.
Mm-hmm.
They won the divisional game against Detroit and played in the NFC Championship game against the Washington Redskins. They were down 21-0 and came back. Joe Cool in the fourth quarter with 3 touchdowns, including a 76-yard bomb to Freddie Solomon over Darryl Green. Look it up on YouTube. You see Darryl Green getting beat by Freddie Solomon.
And you mentioned a key also. Detroit was in the path on every time the 49ers won the Super Bowl.
San Francisco beat them. They had to come back and beat them in the divisional round 24-23 because of 2 Billy Sims touchdowns.
So
San Francisco had to come back to win. Yeah.
So if we see Detroit this year, that's a good omen.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them in the first round. But you know, I'd like to see them play the Eagles in the first round somehow, because the Eagles would go get in trouble playing Detroit, because Detroit runs the ball and they pass it decent.
Yep.
That'll do it.
DeAndre Swift. But here's the omen. San Francisco lost that game because of a controversial call. It was 21-21 when Joe brought them back. They called a pass interference call that wasn't to help Washington drive to set up the game-winning field goal. San Francisco didn't go to the Super Bowl that year. And I remember in the locker room they say, "Hey, guys, remember this feeling." And next year, if Niners went on to go 15-1, and the rest is history. They Dan Marino. This team lost the NFC
one of the worst beatings
last year.
Yeah.
Right. But this team lost the NFC Championship last year. I know how a close-knit, tight group the 49ers are. I've always been that way, historically and traditionally. I bet you your squad last year say, "Remember this feeling," and look at y'all now. Y'all thinking about that game. Now y'all want to come and finish y'all started.
That's it. And the revenge tour. We stopped saying that in after 2020 because we thought it might have been a bad omen, and it was killing us back. But you know, they had every intention to get back to that Super Bowl next year because we had everybody still there. But injuries came and got us like it loves to do, and that was the end of that. So
that NFC Championship game from last year is the reason why y'all where y'all at this year. Y'all ain't talking about it, but I bet you in house y'all were.
What's that? Oh, the game? No, you know
about that game last year.
Yeah, yes, that's why. And Levi called in here and gave us all a shout out. Yeah, y'all, man, the locker room ain't like y'all. He kept using the word y'all. Because y'all's all over Kwaski T, and he said all these bad things about him, and blah 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 blah. I said, I didn't say nothing about Kwaski. I really wish he would have caught that, because I really believe that would have turned that game around, and I don't think the Rams, like usual, would not have beaten. Jimmy Garoppolo never loses to the Rams. When he's healthy, the Rams don't even need to play. It's over. But here's the funny thing about that. I also knew at the same time that with Jimmy's condition and Trent Williams' leg or ankle, I don't know if we were going to beat the Browns. And I didn't. Bengals. I don't know if I wanted to lose another Super Bowl either. So I had mixed feelings about that. I was pissed off because we lost to the Rams because it's the Rams. I said, are we going to beat the Bengals with Jimmy banged up like that and the Trent Williams dragging his ankle up and down the line of scrimmage? Oh. And then everybody said, y'all about to get 500 with them Super Bowls, ain't you? You got 4-3? Oh, man. Or 5-3? Yeah. God.
Yeah. Colin Cowherd made an interesting analogy on his Monday show. He said, look at the playoff teams in the AFC. Look at all their quarterbacks. And then he said, look at the playoff teams in the NFC and all their quarterbacks. Big difference, Ronbo.
I know, right? Totally. Just the opposite side of the coin. All those AFC champions, they're all quarterback oriented. In the NFC, we got two teams. Eagles, Vikings. Hey, look at that again.
Yeah, but the quarterbacks, you got Josh Allen. You got Patrick Mahomes.
There's no comparison
Joe
there.
Burrow.
Yeah.
The kid from Justin Herbert, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then you look at the NFC, you got Dak Prescott. You got Kirk Cousins.
That you started with him is hilarious. Game over right there.
Daniel Jones. Yeah, Henneke. Purdy. It's a big discrepancy, but like you said, defense wins championships.
Every year. Tony, we're going to go. I'll be back Friday. And you guys play Saturday or Sunday?
We play Saturday.
Okay,
all the games have been moved to Saturday except for 3 games. Miami and Green Bay play Sunday. The Rams play Sunday against Denver. And then the Sunday night game, Tampa Bay. Everybody else plays Saturday.
Yeah.
They moved you guys' game to Saturday.
Because people want to be with their family. They don't want football in the evening.
Sure.
So put the worst teams over there. Tony, I'll see you Friday then. All right.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a cold front. It's going to be like 4 degrees when we play at Baltimore.
There's a blanket of cold going all over the place. But y'all be fine.
I'll see you Friday.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tony. Night.
Have a good.
You too. Thanks. Yeah. Fam, thanks for the contributions tonight. And also, Hayden Barry, TNT Slam, Public Enemy #4 at Breeze. Be careful. Well, there you go. You've been warned. Breeze, somebody comes in here. I have seen annihilations in that chat. You're coming into a lion's den. You may as well jump into the Amazon River. There's piranha in there, fam. Wait a minute. What am I calling fam? There's piranha in there, dude. Watch it. You'll be a meat sandwich. Fam, please. Hit that like. I love those likes. I count those. And subscribe. We have a good time on Ronbo Sports just about every time, especially when we're 3 weeks already in the playoffs and kicking back. We're rocking in the USA, rocking around the Christmas tree on a happy holiday. I'll see you. I'll be in your. Well, you know what? We're going to talk again Friday. I'll see you then, fam. All right. Have a great night.